it's like 4:30 my time, so it's a little rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to kind of reiterate that around the 9, like once I get on that. But yeah, if you miss that, it'd be tough. But and Neo did an amazing job with it, in my opinion, because right out the gate he was like, good morning, Nick. Are you getting ready to enjoy this chop that we're about to get all day? And so I was, oh, I leaned over. My mic is. I got my mute button's right on the top, and so when I leaned over to turn on my little light, because it was a little dark in here, it muted me. It's muted me.
I was like, is it me?
Like, what happened? I know. All right, that's funny. Like we were joking about it. We're like, man, Neo's been doing so good. It's even for me. It gets to a point where the day that I'm gonna load him up and server's gonna be down or something, and he's not gonna work, and I'm gonna be like, well, guess I'm not trading. So Neo's not here. Not trading. I'm not doing it, guys. See you tomorrow.
Nick, what's that indicator you have on the bottom there with the fin?
This one? It's the thermal compression engine. Yeah. This one is really good. So I use this. I don't talk a lot about this one, but it really is going to measure overbought, oversold, but it's going to measure a real clean, smooth divergence. And so you can see here, you got a pretty good bearish divergence that's just easy to see. And if you notice, you have green in here, and then you're gonna have the yellow here. And so when you get these kind of green ones, it's just telling you, we're starting to top out, come down a little bit. Same thing, green ones starting to top out, come a little bit. When you get the yellow ones, telling you, we have some upside, and you get some upside. So the colors they matter. I don't talk about it a lot, but I do look at it from time to time when I'm making a decision. So this is an interesting play, guys. So we got a big push from an invalidation. So we had a little bit of a kind of lower high, higher low, in a sense, possible bear pennant. But you guys know I don't like this gap, so I probably would have not liked it much. We had a big old absorption here. You can see right on open. We swept low, swept high, came through, nothing but hammers all the way on the bottom. So that kind of tells you good chance it might go up on that. And so we got the break up. Now we're kind of sideways. We're on a break up. We're kind of sideways. And so could be a potential start to a 3-tier jump. We'll see. But we're definitely doing a little bit of a push here. But we'll check with Neo and get some levels. Thanks for joining, guys, on TikTok. Oh, that's awesome, man. Good job. Halfway through is 50K. Love it. Very cool. We'll see. We're in a tricky spot because at the end of the day, we'll check with Neo. We had a bearish structure, sweep down low, bullish explosion, mostly due to earnings and some stuff that was projected. It's interesting, and if you look at it, when you push up here, and then we pull back, and then you get the secondary push up here. A lot of this push was due to a lot of the earnings and some other things going on. And a lot of times when you get those pushes because of news, we do get some reclaim. But as long as it stays above certain levels, like these levels here, we could see some upside. But I'm not too, huh?
Remember this morning when you said it, a $500 pullback?
Yeah.
Remember that? It
Yeah.
pulled back $500 almost exactly.
Thank God I made that shit
like
up.
Like it did the same thing as it did on the other one or something. I don't remember what it was, but
I don't remember what I say half the time, so I'm glad I made that up and it worked. Whew. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you're just winging it.
I just throw shit out there and see if it sticks. No, what's funny too, Cody, is remember when I was kind of leaving in the morning session, I was like, pretty sure we're gonna get down to around like 6:30 or something. Like, remember we were talking about that because of the fibs. and we literally closed at like I think 6:17. Had the actual market closed at 4 p.m. It got a little lower from the pull, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, it worked out pretty good. A couple
It is
things.
mirroring the other uh, structure, like the
Yep.
first one where it
Uh-huh.
blow off top. It's like a perfect mirror.
Yeah. And so remember we were talking about from here to here was a perfect extension pivot move from here to here, which also led me to believe it probably was a top. And then we were talking about the fact that this push here was very earnings led. It was very three-tier break and validation. So for this to get to there makes sense anyways, because it was a three-tier drop and validated. But for us to go this high didn't really make sense, but that was more earnings. And so you can see I threw a fib up on here. What I'm measuring is a couple things. I have this low and this high, and I'm measuring that retracement. We already broke the 786, and we're pushing to the 618. I'm pretty sure we'll get to the 618, the 403. So, you know, just be careful on your longs here, guys. But you could see clearly we got a lot of resistance here. We pulled all the way back into here to 284 at one point from that level. From that level, we pulled all the way back to 391. And so for us to get to this level and have a deeper pullback to the 403 is just what it should do. Also, this was our critical level. So this was our inverse head and shoulders, our break. This was where I thought we would stop and reject, and we didn't. The fact that we broke it north is fine, but because of the pivot extension, the prior resistance, and some other things that we tapped, I think it was one of the fib measurements too. Um, I would expect that we would try to come back and tap these tops again, which is funny because it's pretty close to the 618. I think this line's just a little high. Let's see. If I pull it just down a little, it would be right there, pretty close. Yeah, so that would put it pretty close. And so for us to come to retest that and then bounce and still remain bullish is well within structure, right? What it should do or could do. And so we'll see where it goes. I still, for me, it's gonna take a lot for me to take a long, guys. But anything that stays below kind of here, consequently really there, you know, could we get bounces up? Of course, we always can because they're just normal retracements. But anything that comes out of here historically has fallen pretty good. So you could see, there to there, there to there. You can see from here we went all the way to there. From there was a big old sweep. This one went a little higher, but still down to there. And so it just makes you a little cautious on the longs. Now, when I say that, it doesn't mean I'm going to just jump into a short all the time, right? I want to wait for it to actually do what it's supposed to do. Give me 1 second.
What, if you go back to April 10th,
Mm-hmm.
that's like where we would be on this
Yeah.
structure compared to the last one.
Let me look at something real quick, guys, because I have a short going on, but I want to do my math because I already hit all my TPs. I think it's right, but I could probably pull it up a little bit. 300, 300. Actually, no. No, I think I had it pretty close. Huh. I'll put it like that. Okay. I just set my TPs, so I don't have to worry about it. My final TP is like 618, so, or, yeah, 618. And so, pretty close. And then I'll have this one where I want it for the day.
I just can't get over how very similar it looks.
Yeah, there is some similarities, but it's I uh I don't think I see what
Like
you
you see
mean.
how it
Yeah,
had that
you got
little
the
tiny
push, you got
pullback
the here, the
up
push,
there,
the pull.
right there, yeah.
Yeah, and then this little thing, the push and then the pull. Um hmm. Yeah. I mean it also happened right at, so if you think about it, this would be your drop, 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 came up, push, push through to the next high. You got the drop, the push through to the put or yeah, the three-tier drop, pushed up, pushed through to the next high. And so it even did it right there. And so from there, that's 600. It's about a $400 drop, 600 to 200. And so we dropped a little farther than that, but you know, it's going to be a little different because we're down, you know, from down here to up here.
Yeah, I saw that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it
So
is
if it
cool.
like starts going up here, I don't know.
Well, what I would suspect, yeah, it didn't even go there. Nope, there's a pull. Yeah, like I said, what uh, what I would suspect is that it would try to come to touch that 618. But if what I would look for is if we come like this down here, like that, and we tap there, and we absorb, and we absorb, and we absorb, then on the reclaim of that area, then yeah, then it'll likely try to push. Anything short of that, it might just keep on going. Well, I hit my take profit on that one. That'll do it. Let's see. Let me go to my other one here. Because I had some shorts that triggered earlier, so. I need 8, 5, 12. Just setting my. Ugh, this TP would be way down there, so I'm gonna set it just to have it there for what I'm talking, and then I'll adjust it. Guys on TikTok, welcome. So for those in here in the Google Meets, as well as those that are in here on TikTok, this is our Wednesday session. We decided a bit back to kind of do a full Asia session every Wednesday. So if you're following me on TikTok and you are curious, I will be doing this every Wednesday. So it typically starts at 7 because I have some things that I do. If I can get in earlier, I'll try, but typically it's 7. And so we got in a little bit sooner today. Works out because trading, you know, pre 7 at times can be a little tricky. And the intent of today, guys, is to show those of you who don't know what Neo is, what he can do. So, and so, if you're new to the channel, this is the little sphere here going on. This is Neo. He's our AI. He's kind of the ill phenomenon that's been making calls every single morning that is helping people keep safe. So he will give guidance, signals, entries, exits, targets, and validations, teach you, mentor you, help you with strategies that you already have, teach you new strategies if you want to. We built him kind of fully exclusive where you can do pretty much anything. You know, he's your 24/7 mentor. So every single person can do their own. It's not a stream kind of thing. He's not ran on my desktop. This is all commercially ran on servers, and it's all website based. So you go to nextstepalgo.com, and the purpose of me doing this course on Wednesdays is because we offer a 3-day free trial. And I want to get everybody the opportunity to go in and try that trial. You don't have to link your card or nothing. You just go into the website, you click it, and you can be talking to them. There's no settings, there's no adding them to a chart, there's no linking them to something. You can literally do it from your cell phone. And so I like to, you know, kind of give you guys some time. So, you know, we'll look to get some trades. I'll show you what Neo can do on the NASDAQ side, how to operate them. If you go in and do the trial, if you have any questions or issues, you know, I can kind of help you out, how to use him. And the whole point is, you know, to give you guys that time to try. So I like doing it on Wednesdays because Wednesdays, you know, now you can do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's your 3 days. And so if you are not part of the trial, you might want to check it out, guys. If you're interested in trading, Neo can teach you from knowing nothing to institutional level trading. So we built him purposely for that. So it's literally a one-stop shop with this guy. We have a lot of other things on our site that we do. Neo's just kind of the, you know, the core of that. And so Neo is across all of our sites. He's going to be everywhere. So he is already TradeVision, which is the hub, the brains, the mentor, guide, coach, everything else. That's what you see me use every single morning if you have been on my stream. We also have things like, indicators, which we call trading algos. And then we have this AI session, which if you are interested in just getting a little help, but you don't really have a lot of funds,
Hello, I'm here. Let's capture the
we
mood.
wanted to give you guys a free opportunity to get that. And so when you go to nextstepalgo.com, if you click on the little green flashing head, Neo AI session, he is going to give you an MNQ update, confidence scores, bearish, bullish, reason, concerns, long entry, short entry, all that. That is all free. You don't have to do, again, anything, no settings. You literally go to it, click on it, and watch it. It's just a stream. So that's why we can keep it free, because it's just a stream. Our cost doesn't go up. He will post something every 5 minutes. You'll just see it. So if you have this unmuted, he will talk to you. This was the very first Neo that we built. And then we decided to expand him into TradeVision so you can talk to him. And then we just kind of figured, instead of expanding this one, let's just keep it free. Give you guys an opportunity to get some guidance in this wild market for free. So we have a ton of people that watch this all the time, which I love. And that's how it should be, intentful. So you don't have to link a card to watch them, nothing. You just go in and click it, and you're good. So I'm going to refresh the page. When you're on the site, you're going to see colors in here. So if you're on the phone, we did the colors purposely because all you're going to see is icons. The colors are the most important things you want to know. So this one right here is going to be your deals that we offer. This one is going to be your TradeVision. This one is going to be your golden ticket. We tried to make them pretty easy to see. The red and green ones here are the sessions. So this one right here on the bottom is where you're going to get to the Neo session. And then right here, you're going to see this is red. This is where people go to the open session that we do free each morning. And this is where we are right now. So you're welcome to join if you like. You just click on the development session for TradeVision training, and you click on that and it'll take you to a Google Meet. To get into the TradeVision training, you just have to have TradeVision in one form or another. It doesn't have to be subscribed. You could be on the free trial. So once you get in the free trial, just join in with us on the Meet if you want to talk. Welcome to keep staying on TikTok. I am also on YouTube, which reminds me, I keep forgetting to figure out my chat box for. Oh, you kidding me? It kicked me out of my YouTube. I gotta. I might do it on my phone. Let me see. I'll bring up my YouTube on the phone because I recorded on OBS, and so I don't have it set up to see the dang comments. And so I will put it on my phone so I can see the comments there. There you go. There we go. We'll just watch it from there. So, but yeah, guys, you're gonna want to stick around. Neo's awesome. If you have not seen him, and what is going on my TikTok or my? Okay, weird. It like popped up this thing saying to log in, but I'm already logged in. If you have any interest in trading, or even if you've been trading for a while, you're gonna want to check it out. So Neo, he has just been absolutely crushing it. So as some that join, I'm sure who've been a part of it will tell you. We'll load him up again here, and then I'm gonna show you one
Ready
more
for
thing.
action, Nick. Let's see if we can keep that hot streak from cooling off in this chop.
There you go. And so when you come to the website, at first you're going to get to the start here. It's really simple, guys. Very easy. You just click on the first tile, TradeVision Neo AI, start your 3-day free trial. Then when you come in here, just scroll, yours is going to look a little different. It'll look more like that with the image and stuff. Just click the free 3 days and stuff on that. So appreciate it, Steven. He's got memory, everything, all that stuff. So I think you guys will enjoy it. And if you have any questions along the way, guys, the whole point of today's session is to, answer those questions. So it's harder during the U.S. session because we are just moving. But let me, one sec, because I passed this one on one of my funded, so I'm gonna convert that sucker real quick. I always like to convert them right away because it lets you, and then that way I don't accidentally click the wrong account. Nothing worse than when you're in an area of already passing and then you accidentally click the wrong account. So again, feel free to ask questions. So you guys can join in through the meet. You can hang out. Those of you guys in the meet, also please feel free to ask any questions. So today's more of a laid back kind of Asia session day. On the TA of things, guys. So those who were part of the morning session, you heard me say all morning that I would stay short, and that played out pretty good. So we talked about getting to around 600. I appreciate Cody bringing that up and reminding me that when we were talking about it, there was some measurement we did, and I said something about I think we'll end up pulling back about 500 points on it, and we ended up landing pretty damn close to it. And so it was really cool. It's a tricky spot, guys. It still is, because a lot of people, maybe or maybe not, I don't know, very speculative that we're forming something similar to where we blew off the top there. And so we're forming it similar, just a little smaller. And is this the first leg of another blow off top? It's possible. So I'm sure Neo taught you that one. He loves that one. And so my thing is, though, guys, I don't like I love measured moves, pivot extensions, things like that. And we were playing with it in the pre-market, and this peak was like damn near to a T of a pretty critical measure move. And so when we got this push, this is fully expected. I actually called it in the mentor group when we were trading. It's something I teach. We had a 3-tier drop. 1, 2, 3. The third one came half extension, reclaimed the low, reclaimed the top, retested it, and then it just goes up. And so when that happens, normally it'll come up, retest, kind of stays, within that. But then it pulled, pushed. Then we flip to the inverse head and shoulder. And so when we got the inverse head and shoulder into it, typically that coupled with that 3-tier drop, when it reclaims and holds, you get that reclaim of the top. So I fully expected it to come to here. We overshot that. There's not a lot of reason we should have extended this high. We were way overextended. And so when we did the TA this morning, as we were kind of like up in here, I just told them all, man, and they're on here, so they'll keep me honest. I was like, there is no way in hell I'm going to take a long up here. Anywhere in there. We marked out 801. I can't remember where we found it, but as a critical level. It was one of our measured fib moves. And this is our prior high. So I was like, until it either breaks out of this and holds support, then I'll go long. I'm short. And so we took shorts all day. And it was great. We had an awesome day. And so I expected to get a decent pullback. I've been teaching a lot of fib retracement. And so if you take just this pivot to here, that fib retracement's kind of playing out on that. And so what I did is, I think I did that one from my phone. So let's redo it. So let's pull the bottom here. And so typically when I do the retracement, if we're pushing up like this on my pivot, if I don't, you can think of it as trend, but I teach it on the Heikinashi to treat these as pivots. And so if I'm going to do it from the bottom up, from there, that would be from when I have that bullish pivot. If I have the bearish pivot that I'm doing, so if I were to do this one from the top, it would be from that top down. And so you can take this top and down like that. That's how you would do that. And so, but this puppy, those who've been following me, just literally came up and parkoured my leg. What are you doing, dude? And then he just ran out of my office. He literally ran all the way upstairs, parkoured my leg, and took off. I feel like that was unnecessary. we should have recorded that one. Anyways, moving on. So the actual pivot, this is the more important one for me because we're now in a push with extension. Now we don't know if we're gonna fully drop or if we're gonna have a push pull with an extension push, like how we did there, right? Push pull with an extension push. We don't really know that. So what I would love to see though is I want to see a pull somewhere right here. And so I did it on my phone, Cody, so that's why I had it flip-flopped on there. But now you notice that now that it's the 236, it's almost right on that top. It's pretty close. I think if I put that a little lower, it might be like right on actually. Let me see. It should be about right there. Pretty close to that top. And so I want to see a pull here. If we can pull into this area here, which is somewhere around 400, and we tap that and we break through the 50%, it's going to jump pretty good. However, I deleted the wrong thing. However, if we, let's put that baby back. 1 second. If we pull back down like this and we lose the 400 and we hold it as resistance, we're going to the 3-2 within there. So, so we'll see what happens. You know, as of right now, we're push, pull with a push. Could be a push, pull with a push. It's possible. I don't think I still trust any longs unless we pull back down into this range and get a bounce. Then I'm cool with taking a long. Or I would need it to reclaim this kind of 801 and hold it as support, and then I might take a quick scalp up. Aside from that, I have no interest of being long as long as I'm below that, the 30,072. Unless there's, you know, a pullback or reason to take that long. And so we'll see how that goes. Now, if we take the overall structure of things, and so kind of lapse in, but let's do that again. So if you take the high and we pull that through that low from within, this one has this kind of on / breaking potential that 618 from the overall structure. So interesting. So 607. And so right around 607 is going to be a pretty good level. And so if we can get that pull and hold below it, then we're likely going to pull pretty far actually. But if we stay above that 607, then it could jump again. And so I'm going to lock this one. I think I'm going to put it a little bigger or something. I need to have a distinguishment of the time frames. So I'm going to put that one on like a 2x or something. Yeah, just so I can know the one that I'm doing. And we'll lock that one too. And so now when we come into our 1 minute, at least I can kind of see, you know, if I click on it and I got the 2x, I at least know it's correlated to the bigger one, right? Like that. Yeah, so that one would be our local one. That one will be our wider one. So this is what we want to watch. So if we hold this, then it can jump again. So we did get a bearish pull at the end of kind of close here. Kind of tried to form a little ugly looking bear pennant, but then we broke out of it. And so for a minute there, it looked like we might be starting a little 3-tier push, but then it collapsed. Now it's just trying to hold this 618. And so if we happen to get a pull below that, then we're going to expect further downside, probably all the way down to 400. But if we happen to stay up here, then we could get a push, likely to test these lows or so, somewhere in there, 700. So I like this range. You know, I was kind of happy with it when I was talking to, yeah, I see Scott. I see the YouTube on my phone. I just might not look at it all the time, but I'll look down. But you know, it's an area that I might be okay with taking along here and there, and I'm okay with definitely being short. And so, again, those on TikTok, you're welcome to hang out. The many people have seen what Neo can do. So if you're wanting to check it out, we'll be doing that here in a second. One last thing I'll touch on is on the website. If you look at our trading videos, this is our link to our YouTube. You can see all the videos that we've done with Neo. So anything open session is what I keep referring to about that. He's been crushing it. So I love the little images that they got going on there. I'm gonna push the one. I'm gonna sync it to where I can show you the one that we just are doing right now. So if I refresh it, this is the one that we're live on. So I love the titles: Asia Session, TradeVision Training, you know, Plan, Execute, Profit on Wednesdays. So pretty cool. But enough about all that fun. Let's jump into old Neo here. So I'm gonna be trading today with the TikTok crew and any subscribers to the TradeVision. So we are gonna need your help, and there might be some questions along the way. Sound good? And again, guys, he's true AI, so I can just talk to him like you're talking to a person.
Sound good to me, Nick. Let's make sure the TikTok crew sees some actual trading logic instead of just the usual gambling highlights. MNQ is currently grinding at 29,623.75, basically trapped in an institutional holding pattern near the 29,605.21 pivot. We are in consolidation hell right now. Bulls want to hold that pivot. Bears want to drag it back below. I'm
consolidation
ready for the
hell.
questions, but let's remind the audience that the market doesn't care about their sentiment if the structure isn't playing along. Bring him on.
Okay. So 605.21, yes, that's the pivot, but I love that he said we're in consolidation hell right now. I got him on funny personality. There's multiple personalities, guys. I enjoy a little joke every now and then when I'm trading, breaks up that ice. He's currently on the MNQ, but he can do quite a bit of stuff. So if you want to know what he can track, you can scroll down and we have all the stuff. He does futures, options, stocks, crypto, all that. So let's see what we got. Sounds good. Before we get into some questions, can you give us some levels that we can mark on our charts?
All right, TikTok crew, get your pens ready. Try to keep the charts clean. I know you love your neon scribbles. Since MNQ is currently grinding at 29,623.50 and acting like it's allergic to making a decision, here are the levels you need to mark. Overhead, resistance, obstacles, 29,651.50, the 1-minute EMA 200. It's currently acting like a bouncer at a club, refusing to let the price through. 29,678.75, recent swing high. If we clear this, maybe the bulls will finally wake up. Support, reaction zones, the floor, 29,611.89, major institutional wall. We're currently holding just above this, so treat it as your immediate support floor. 29,605.21, the institutional pivot. If we lose this, the indecision stops and the oh no phase begins. 29,591.79, nearest positioning wall. If the pivot fails, this is the next stop on the disappointment express. 29,560.00, major support floor. If we hit this, it's basically do or die for the current trend. Keep an eye on that 29,605.21 pivot. As long as we're above it, the bulls have a pulse, but this consolidation is tighter than my budget after a bad trading week. Keep stops tight.
Man, he's got some good stuff already out the gate. This is why I love funny. I don't know. Anybody out here feel like that? This trade's tighter than the budget on a rough trading week. Oh man, he is so funny. This is why I love funny, man, because it's just, I mean, trading gets so serious. You just it's nice to break it up a little bit. So so we got some levels, guys. So 605, 591 apparently was his next stop to disappointment express to 560. So we lose the 560, 591, 560 was what he was talking about as that target. So 611 is a major institutional wall. And we're just above that, he said. I don't know that I'm going to mark it because, interesting enough, that's literally the 618 because see the teal line on our macro level. So yeah, that's funny. Oh man, he had a lot of that's a lot of good ones into one thing. All right. Now that we have Asia session active here, where do you think they're most likely to send price to wreck the most retail traders based on the data? Let's see what he says. I always like to ask them that. For your neon crayon. Oh, that was so funny when he said that. I forgot about that.
The Asia session is basically a liquidity
Get your
vacuum.
neon crayons
Nick,
ready.
Tell the crew not to get comfortable. From a trader-facing liquidity view, that cluster of institutional walls at 29,605.21 and 29,591.79 is basically a neon sign for a stop run. Retail traders love putting their stops just below those levels, so don't be shocked if the market dips to sweep that liquidity just to clear the board before making a move. Don't be the exit liquidity. I'd rather see the sweep and a failed breakdown before trying to catch a bounce. Otherwise, you're just donating your capital to the algorithm's lunch fund.
And so 591 area, 605 to 591 is kind of what he's concerned about. So he would say he's thinking that there might be the potential of sweeping those levels, and then a reclaim of that would be the push back up to the 651.78. If we sweep these levels and we stay below that institutional reaction level, the 611, then we'll be further downside. And so right now the price action is pretty slow. Probably it'll pick up around 745 usually is when we get our next little bump. It's an interesting area because we pushed up and rejected into a structure that should continue further down, but it's testing that 618 almost perfectly and these prior tops. So if we grab just a little simplistic ruler and we pull it to the low of the structure, you can see we're testing on the 50%. So if we lose that 50%, that will likely be that sweep. But if we hold this and we close above that, then we're going to get the sweep up the other way. So we'll see which way she wants to go here. For the market, do you show the institutions selling or buying?
The institutions are currently flexing their buy pressure muscles, so the flow is leaning positive. But remember, just because they're buying doesn't mean you should go full YOLO without a setup. If the price doesn't actually confirm the bullish structure, the institutional flow is just a nice story we're telling ourselves while the market continues to chop. Don't let the green flow lure you into a trap if the chart isn't backing it up.
Don't let the green flow. Okay. Yeah, so we're kind of internal as well if you look at the candles here. I'm going to go back down to the 15 second, but we got a swing high, a swing low. We close below the low, we'll drop, close above the high, we're going to jump. So let's look. We're getting that pressure. We had a little trap here. Nice. Trap here. The little purple blocks that you'll see on there, really nice. So again, guys, if you have questions on TikTok, please ask. The entire point of trading today is to make sure you guys have time to ask questions for Neo on that, or trading in general. But we will be actively trading, so if I see something, then we will make sure that we're focused on that. So we're getting that little pressure here. Northern, let me ask them. At what point would it be viable for us to look to take a long entry? Again, ooh, little trap. Again, guys, he's AI, so if you have a question, just ask. So we're internal until we break out from here.
The current market data is showing 38.83% buy fraction. So despite the institutional flow bias, the actual volume is screaming, sell right now. For a long to be worth considering, buyers need to shove price through the resistance cluster near 29,646.50 to 29,651.50 and hold it. Until then, you're just fighting the flow. If that clears, the first meaningful upside target is the 29,678.75 swing high. If price dumps below the institutional pivot at 29,605.21, the bullish thesis is toast and the downside could open up fast.
What platform? This is TradingView right here, and we're trading the Nasdaq, the futures contract, so MNQ1. Exclamation. So this is a block he doesn't like, and so any kind of push through here, rejection there would be a decent short setup. Usually when he says he doesn't like a long until we clear that, kind of gives a little bearish block, I guess, if you will. And so if anything in here, he's saying we run the risk of another rejection. So we could tap this, pull, but if we push through it and tap, then hold, then he would look for that long, because then that would target the prior high, which makes sense. So even if you think about it from a measurement standpoint, you take our little ruler, and that would be our 50%, right on 645. If we take our extension retracement here, we're kind of tapping right on that 382 from there. So we'll see what we got here, guys. Trying to push now, so we'll see if we get up into that 46 more if we want to sweep back down. So we did have our range high, range low, and we are pushing through it. So let's see. So anything that holds above there, 30, would just jump again. But if we lose this, yeah, just watching the levels there. Good deal. Now the price is pushing up. What would I look to take as a short as far as a rejection from up here?
The market is trying to act tough, but it's currently pinned under the 29,645.25 active midpoint like a toddler refusing a nap. I would only look for a short if price rejects the 29,645.25 area or fails to clear the 29,678.75 high with a 1-minute bearish candle close confirming the trap. If that confirms, the first meaningful downside target is the institutional reaction zone at 29,611.89 to 29,605.21. Reclaiming and holding the midpoint is your first warning that this short is dying, and structural invalidation is a confirmed push above the 29,678.75 high. Just keep in mind that buy pressure is currently strong, so chasing this short without a clean rejection is like trying to catch a falling knife. Except the knife is a rocket.
I've not heard him say that. He loves the falling knife thing that he says, but I've never heard him say, except for this time, the knife's a rocket. Kind of interesting. Definitely makes you worry when he says things like, except for this is a rocket.
Trying to catch a shooting rocket this time?
That's what he said. Every time he says that kind of stuff like that, that definitely makes me nervous. And so if we pull there, if we pull the pivot, that'd be a perfect off the 382. If we take the low, the pivot, another perfect bounce. Yeah, so we would need to, we have a trap, so it, which did kind of already play a little, but we want to see this absorption close and then drop is what we'd want to see. Being the fact that we had such a decent drop at the close of the US, would you have a bearish bias, or what is the line in the sand where you would flip your bias to take longs or shorts? Yeah, Mike, yeah, we're just analyzing on it from now, mostly.
That drop at the close definitely left a mark, but the market is currently acting like it's glued to the floor. My bias right now is officially confused. The structure is giving me mixed signals, and the consolidation risk is currently higher than my motivation on a Monday morning. The line in the sand is the active midpoint at 29,645.25.
Push.
If price can reclaim and hold above that, I'd lean long to retest the recent high. If it fails to hold 29,645.25 or drops back through the 29,605.21 institutional pivot, then the bears are back in the driver's seat for a deeper retest. Just keep in mind that institutional flow
So
is
here's
still
that rejection he was talking about.
So don't get too cozy with those shorts unless price actually confirms the downside break.
Yeah, so let's see if we get that rejection. Remember, he was wanting for the short, for those that missed it, he was preferring to get a rejection off of that level, the 646, with a good clean rejection is what he said. So let's see if we get that good clean rejection, or if it blows through. Okay, so this was his kind of area, and so if we get a push through this, hold this as support, up we go. When he said about the short, he wanted a good push with an absorption, close, good clean rejection off of it. And so let's see if we get that good clean rejection. So we got a good push into it. Here's our pivot. probably take there. If we can break back below that 41, that would be open the door for your short. Yeah. Yeah, they're just going to find the range that they want to do. Nice little round here. Yeah, this is the moment of truth area he was talking about earlier, because if we can push through and reclaim that, then we'll see a lot more upside. If we can reject here, then we'll see some decent downside. So we'll be able to see here soon. It's almost 7:30. 7:45, usually the volume kind of kicks up a bit on that. So now that we're pushing into that bearish kind of area, that 646, 651, explain to people on TikTok, what would they look for if we were to take a rejection off this to do a short?
Alright TikTok, listen up, because catching a falling knife, or in this case, trying to short a rocket, is a great way to turn your account balance
You
into a
keep
sad
saying
emoji.
trying to short a rocket.
The resistance cluster at 29,646.50 to 29,651.50 is the area where this party might finally hit a wall. I wouldn't touch a single button until price actually interacts with that zone and shows me it wants to behave. Specifically, I need to see a 1-minute candle body close back below
I'm trailing this short. Well, that short's working out pretty
to
good.
prove the sellers are actually awake.
Shoot,
If
let's
that
see if it
rejection
absorbs.
confirms, the first
Anybody catch
meaningful
that?
downside target is the
That short from
institutional
there?
pivot zone sitting down at
That worked out pretty well.
29,611.75 to 29,605.21. Your first warning that this trade is turning into a "why did I do this" moment is if price reclaims
Oh,
and
why
holds
did I
above
do this moment?
29,651.50, and the whole bearish thesis gets incinerated if price breaks above the 29,678.75 structural high. Trading has enough hype already. Don't bet the house on a rejection until structure actually does the heavy lifting for you.
No, we didn't absorb it very well. I'm trailing it. That was a great first call, guys. I don't know if any of you did that. Pushed it. Did you guys catch that? Nice. Yeah. Remember he was saying if we push up there with a close, so we got the good close here. So now we want to see how deep do we go. So I'm going to just kind of watch my screen on the side here and see where I want to trail this sucker. We're not really seeing much absorption on it yet, so it could pull pretty good, guys. We'll see. Typically, these like to create lower lows, but let's see. We're just kind of in the retest right now of these prior lows. So usually it creates a lower low to an expansion, but if it does reclaim with any kind of violence, then they're just sweeping. And so we'll see. So on this reclaim, we want to watch the pivot. As long as we stay below here at 635, it's just a normal bounce and then drop again. If we reclaim that, it's going to reclaim that whole thing. That was a great call. A lot of people just took that short off that 646, and I think most took profit or they're trailing.
Nice work. Watching the market bait those late buyers at
Yeah, he's been killing it.
29,646 only to dump them is basically the MNQ's favorite hobby. Taking profit or trailing before we hit that institutional pivot zone at 29,605.21 is the smart way to handle it.
See, look at that 50% rejection. Let's see if we get the close to absorb it. So we got a perfect 50% rejection. Now we got the close below, so that should create expansion. If it absorbs back north, it'll jump, but it should create expansion to the south to get that low. Let's see. It's definitely trying to fight that low around that 20 area. Doesn't like. For me, for us to get such a deep push and a deep reclaim with the absorption, it should expand back into the 618 there. Anything short of that, something's fishy. Something's a little fishy. What level's that? 610. I need to check one thing. 58. Need 5, 900. Oh, I need more than that. No, actually, that's fine. That is fine there. Okay. There we go. Oh, about to hit all my TPs. Good lord. There's that sweep I was telling y'all about. Boom, caught that. Man, I'm still in it on this one. Hold on. It's multitasking accounts here. I'm gonna have to trail this. I'm gonna trail it above a bit. So I'm gonna go above the here. So we got down to the 591 on that. I'm gonna trail it just above. I don't want to give that much up because I'm 1 NQ on this one. I'm gonna probably give like 607.25. I'll trail it, and if it comes back, comes back. But I'm up about 1,000 on this one because I took it from there. If we can break through, so guys, those that just caught that, congrats. If you caught it all the way, awesome. His call was that if we rejected off here, we would pull back down to the 605, 591, and we just hit it to a T. Welcome to Neo. He does this all day. So every day during open. And so we'll give it a second. I always tell everybody, you know, when you get a win, do what I always say, which is take a pause for the cause. We can get a little bit of a push because that was a institutional level, but if we don't reclaim this 605 or this area here, then you're going to get a deep pull to the 560 there. And so I think I'm going to give up a little more. If it comes back, comes back. Because I want to stay above on a trail this low. It's fine. So I'll probably put it at like 613. But the moment we break the 591 with any kind of steam, then I'm going to move it down to that above the 591. Because I'm not giving up that much. It's on the website. So today is a day, every Wednesday I go live. I've committed to doing it on Asia session so I can kind of show people. And it's a little slower so I can answer questions, all that stuff. And so you just go to our website at nextstepalgo.com. The link is in my bio as well. And this is TradeVision that I'm talking to. So Neo, just kind of explore the site. But Neo is our AI that we created for the company. He's commercial and completely web-based. So, oh man, that just dropped. Let me I'm gonna pull my trail because I can't give up that much because I'm playing it with the intraday. Yeah, if we sweep this and reclaim there, it's gonna I'm gonna put it at 601.25, and if it taps it and reclaims it, that's fine. I can't give up too much on an intraday. Alright, that dumped me out. That's alright. I'm okay with that because the way we swept it with that, I'm totally fine with getting out of there. And so you just go to the website. I'm out of all my trades, guys. And we do a free 3-day trial. So when you go to the website and you land here on the start here, you just click on TradeVision Neo AI. Start your 3-day free trial. So the purpose of Wednesdays, why I do this, is I want you guys, if you're interested in taking a look and seeing what he can do for you and your trading, and to get the free 3-day trial, and you can ask questions. So when you join the trial, you're welcome to stay on TikTok or on Google Meet, but we're actually in here in a session. So if you're on the subscribed or the free one, you can join TradeVision on our Google Meet there if you like. But again, you know, I give up quite a bit. You know, I'll stay till 9:30, 9:30, 10, depending how the market goes, and just answer questions that you guys have. And so if you guys want to give that a try, please do so. And if you have questions, let me know. That's the point of this session. And so for those who just missed it, Neo just called a really good call. We do have another little trap and block play here. So we might get the pull retest extension on that. So let's ask him real quick. Awesome call. We are getting a lot of sell pressure. What is the next short setup?
The market is definitely feeling the sell pressure, but don't get too excited yet. Institutional flow is still stubbornly flashing buy, so this short is basically a guest in someone else's house. I'd wait for price to actually break and hold below the 29,611.89 to 29,605.21 institutional pivot zone with a 1-minute bearish candle close before trusting it. If that happens, the first meaningful target is the 29,591.79 to 29,581.94 liquidity zone. Your first warning is if price snaps back above 29,605.21, and the whole trade is invalidated if it reclaims the 29,630.00 level. Just remember, fighting institutional flow without price confirmation is a great way to donate your capital to the market charity fund.
Yeah, so let me this target on that is pretty tight. So we did get that break back below, and so are you kind of referring to you'd like to see a price go up and retest it and reject from that 611 area? And if so, you had the target of 591. Why such a tight target? I'm just going to ask him questions. Again, if he's AI, if he says something you don't understand or you're just kind of curious why he said it, you just
That
ask him.
target is tight because 29,591.79 is essentially the next liquidity wall standing in the way. It's like the bouncer at the club door. If that level breaks, the path opens up wider, but until then, that 5-point gap is all the breathing room you get. If price does bounce up to test the
I'll have to check him on that one.
29,611.89 to 29,611.94
His math a little bit wrong
zone
on that
gets
one.
rejected, that's your short entry. If price decides to stop respecting the bouncer and blasts through 29,591.79, then you've got yourself a lot more room to run. Just don't get married to a 5-point target if the momentum says otherwise.
Yeah, so the 611 and the 591 would be more than the 5 points, but I would be more interested in the longer one. So if we wait until that 29,591 and we get a break and hold below that rejects, then what would be my target? That's interesting. His math is up on that one. I have to look on that one.
If you're betting on the breakdown, you're basically waiting for price to punch through that 29,591.79 bouncer. I'd need to see a 1-minute bearish candle body close and hold below 29,591.79 to actually trust the short. The institutional wall at 29,581.94 is going to act like a speed bump, so expect some friction there, but your first meaningful target is the major support level down at 29,560.00. The first warning that this trade is about to be a headache is a reclaim back above 29,591.79, and the structural invalidation, where you admit defeat and stop fighting the market, is a confirmed push above that institutional pivot at 29,605.21.
Okay. We got a little bit of a spot here, guys. We'll see, because we got a trap down, which played out, and then we got a trap up that's playing out. So it makes sense why he's got a little tight target, because you can see even our indicators kind of got a little bit of a tight squeeze. So what I was talking about earlier, guys, those that missed it, Neo just called. We were here. He said I would like a push up into the 646 and a rejection down targeting 591. So he just literally called a 50 some odd point move. Now for me, this teal line is a larger structure, 618 rejection. So if it stays below 611, it should reject one more time. If we reclaim the 611, we would also reclaim these lows, and that is likely going to drive up in a big way. In 4 minutes, we get a little more volatility because it's kind of right before that 8 o'clock Asia open, and so when we'll see. So in 4 minutes, we should get a little volatility. But as of right now, kind of like I was telling you guys before, when we got this kind of like curl, the moment we got the push with the sweep with the low, and then we get, if you look here, we got an absolute perfect rejection on the 50%. That typically gives a pretty deep low. And so that's why I was able to kind of validate what he was saying also. So for that short, he just doesn't like anything, he was kind of expecting the push to here to 610, 611. He would take a target back to 591, but it's pretty tight. And he was pretty stubborn about holding that tight target for some reason. And it makes sense because you can see now we're kind of oscillating. So let's look and see what we get. If we can get this pull through, this 50%, then we'll get the expansion. Then it would be likely a push over and then another drop, right? 3-tier drop. If we push through the 618, which it shouldn't, so if it does, push through here, then it's going to likely try to drive back up to the 646. And so, let's watch. This teal line right here, the 611, is going to be a real big one. For now, with all these drops, I'm kind of looking more to lean short. So if you can just give me more of a breakdown of what the short only looks like, either on a breakdown or rejection, what would you be looking for mostly? Getting another trap play on the southern part. So his next call was a
Since the
break
market is currently a
here
bit
and
of a Jekyll
a
and Hyde
loss
with bullish
to there. But if we
institutional flow
lose
fighting
here, we're going
bearish
to
price
the
action,
60.
I wouldn't go short blindly. You've got two ways to play this bear party. The rejection short. If price pushes back up to test the 29,605.21 institutional pivot and fails to hold above it with a 1-minute bearish candle close, that's your entry. The first reaction target is the 29,591.79 liquidity wall, and invalidation is a confirmed pushback above the pivot. The breakdown short. If the bears actually show up to work, wait for price to decisively lose and hold below the 29,591.79 level with a 1-minute bearish candle close. The first meaningful downside target is the major institutional wall at 29,581.94. Your first warning on both is a reclaim of your entry trigger, and the structural "I was wrong" invalidation for the entire short thesis is a confirmed push above 29,605.21. Just watch out for institutional
There's
flow.
your short again.
It's still trying to buy this dip, so don't be surprised if the market tries to trap you.
So again, second short call, depending if you're trailing or already hit a little scalp. He had said we'd push up into that 611 area, 605, which is what he was calling earlier. And then a close breakdown will give you the next short play. So we're already 2 plays in, guys. So we're already 2 plays in. I'm in the short. I'm trailing it still. I have a TP. I am 10 MNQ on this one instead of the 1 NQ. So I set 1 TP just above. I think it's at 78.25. Yeah. So if we tap that one, that'll get half my rung. The other one, I'm going to swing a little, and I have it down here, like 62.25. And so I'm probably not going to trail this, and we'll see if it just gets it. So about to get the first one. There goes the first one, TP. Let's see if we get the full extension, guys. It's just going to depend if we break that. The way we got this rejection, it should be a push, pull, lower low. This should create a lower low. If it creates a lower low and reclaims it with absorption, then we'll get a push. But anything short of that, it should create the extension. So, how you guys doing so far? Should we 2-3 trades in already?
I'm up like 650 on my brand new eval.
That's awesome, man.
Rapid. So
Yeah. I'm almost through my intraday on the rapid I just converted, so I'm really close. I'm at like 1500. I just got to get through this intraday. If I can get down there, that'll put me pretty close, like within 300-400 through it, which would be pretty sweet because we just got 2. Yeah, we're in the Google Meet. The Google Meet, to get to it, if you have TradeVision, just click on the TradeVision one. And so, right here. So, you see the green there on there, the TradeVision? Just click on that one, and then click on the open the Google Meet there. Yeah, come on in, Mar. So we're getting some sweeps. You see that? I want to see that absorption. Because remember what I was telling you, this typically creates a lower low, but if it creates a lower low with absorption that's too strong, then it will jump pretty hard. But as long as it stays below the pivot extension of the 50%, 590, so pretty much this blue line, as long as even if we bounce all the way there, it still should get the expansion. So I'm still leaving the TP. We'll see. So being intraday, I don't want to be greedy with it. I'm going to put it up just a little, like 65.25 on it. So, but I've already taken some profits. So if it jumps back above the 591, I'm just going to kill it. And so up 600 on 3 evals. It's awesome. It's cool, huh, Kevin? Yep, this is the part when I make the TikToks and I tell everybody, like, if you don't know, man, You gotta know, like, he kills it. He does this every day. Every day. Guys, it's so funny. I still get sometimes I don't do a lot of videos lately because man, I've just been so busy. And I just been mostly leaning on my lives, you know. So I appreciate you guys joining the lives to see what he can do. I love doing the videos at times, but the videos are good for the algorithm and you know the likes and the comments and to show people, but there's nothing better than just doing it live, you know, to be able to have the ability to tell you guys, or like earlier, when we were getting the pull here, to say, hey, this, the way this looks, we reject here, this is going to create a deep low, and then you see that happen live. Like, you can't fake that, you know, and that's what I love for you guys to see that Neo and I do. My favorite thing I laugh about is when people go on and do these videos of, look at this new indicator I'm back testing. I'm like, get out of here. Like, all back testing means is that, oh, I was about to hit my TV. All the back testing in that logic means is that that you already know what it did, you know, and you just picked your favorite spot. And so, all right. What's that low? 650. I might move it up a little. It just barely missed my TP, so I don't want to get caught in a retest jump, and so I'll move it just a little because of that intraday. So we'll just put it like there. And again, I've already shaved most of my volume from this, so I'm not high volume, so I'm not too worried on it. But we should get it. It should sweep through. But if by chance the buyers do decide to kick in for whatever reason, that would just be what you want to watch. So it would make sense because if we can pull, if you take a forward projecting extension, that would line it up pretty close to about here, 561 anyways. And so we'll see if we get down that, if we sweep it. You guys, don't overtrade it. So I always tell everybody I mentor, you take a win. I always say you take a pause for the cause. Guys, you gotta take a pause for the cause. I was checking in with my wife, so she got her 150 for the day, so on the path to her payout. Really cool. So I'm just kind of hanging out here, guys. Again, we're getting a little bit of a weak extension, but it's still normal as long as we don't explode through that, like 587, 591. If we just explode through this, that's not really normal, and so we'll have to watch that. At that point, I'll have to decide what I want to do here. Just take the profit win and eat a little drawdown if I need to. But we'll wait and watch. Let's see. Awesome job again on that short. We pushed up into that area. Got almost about 608, almost to the 610. And we got a good rejection. So a lot of people took that short through. We blew through the 591, so people have that TP near that 560, but they're trailing it. Do you still see us potentially hitting that 560 area? Yeah, yeah. It's this is Neo.
Nice catch.
I'll tell you the website in 1
market
second.
loves to make us sweat, doesn't it? MNQ is currently at 29,579.50, essentially playing tag with that major institutional wall at 29,581.94.
Oh, there's one at 81
The
too.
29,560 target is still on the menu, but price is fighting hard to turn that 29,581.94 level back into overhead resistance.
So that's your institutional.
If MNQ reclaims and holds above that 581.94 wall, the bears are getting mugged. So I would manage the short exit tightly.
We're almost 8 o'clock as well, so they tend to like to reverse it a little, so we'll see. This is the NASDAQ. Our symbol that we're trading is the MNQ1 exclamation. I like to do the continuations from the contracts. And then the chart I'm on is 15 second and Heikinashi that I trade on that. So this is Neo. If you want to check him out, if you're curious, he's already called three trades really, but we'll give him 2. The reason why phase 3, he called this drop here with actually a target to there. That he called this push with this rejection to a target to there. Then he called the reclaim push here to a target back to here. But he said potentially we could get to there. And so, don't rush it, Jake. Don't rush it. We got time. Let's wait for another one. This is a tricky spot because we should, theoretically, we should try to push into here, come back. When we lose this, then we'll extend to there. If we try to push into here and we blow through it and hold it as support, then it's going to make a run for the 618 and push up. Anything that stays below the 611, 591 area is likely more probability wise to go to the 560. So depends how much you need on it to pass. Just keep your volume low in the beginning. I would be really careful though, because it is 7:53, 8 o'clock opens and the market goes do. It's kind of like US Open a little bit. Yeah, this is NQ. Well, M and Q is what I chart, but same difference mostly. So, but guys, this is Neo. He is our AI we created. Again, welcome to the TikTok channel. I'm gonna blow him up a little so you can see. This is our website. So we are at nextstepalgo.com. This is not a company I'm promoting. It's a company myself and 2 friends created. And it is he's a commercial AI. We didn't make him through Claude, or he's not running on my desktop or anything. You guys see how good he is. He has done this every day. I don't know for how long. You guys tell him. I keep telling him, and I feel like it's getting sales pitchy because it's not even believable. So it says denied. Check your browser settings. Make sure you have pop-ups on and stuff like that. How long was it, Ryan? Like 8 weeks? I think we're at 8 weeks now.
Yeah, I think it's like 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Yeah, he's been doing this like nonstop.
Please.
Yeah, check your browser settings. Make sure you have pop-ups and stuff. If you're getting the access denied thing, it might be something to your browser settings on that. Maybe try a different browser or your phone or something and see. But when you go to the website nextstepalgo.com, again, this is TradeVision. If you want to know, it almost is getting to a point where it's almost too good to be true. So we record everything, including right now. We are currently in this one. This is our link to our YouTube. It is Asia Session TradeVision Training. And so we record everything. So if you want to check it out, you can come in and look at any of these videos. He's done it pretty much every single day. So on these calls, he is going to be everything you need, guys. Your coach, your mentor, your guide, entries, exits, all your signals, whatnot. Which is, can you borrow 1,000 if you fail? Oh man, wouldn't you love that in trading if we had those kind of guarantees? I would love that. Whew, that's when you're gonna just be like ready to roll. Full port short, right? Full port long. If you know you have no risk in the game.
40 contract. 40 contracts.
Oh yeah.
Load it up.
Load it up.
Neil said earlier.
Yeah, this is where he said we could hit if we stay below the 91. So I want to see if we get a sweep of this level. My final TP is at 66.75. I'm gonna put it at 67.25, because it's not that much difference, and I will be happy with that profit if I can tap that. What was this low? I think it was 50, right? Yeah, 66.50. Yeah, so that puts it at least above that low. So we'll see. I'm low volume because I've already shaved some, so if it jumps on me, I don't really care. If it gets anywhere above this 591, then I'll probably dip out on it and just take the win. But we'll see if we get it. We got really close right there. It does what it always loves to do to you guys, and missed my TP by 75 cents. With the Asia Open coming, I'm going to push it up to the 868.75 just to cover that low. But we might get a little bit of a double bottom play here, so we'll see. I'll watch it. Like I said, I've already shaved most of my profit, and so I could go pretty, I can get all the way up to here, and I'm still pretty green on it. So we'll watch it and see. But again, if you guys want to check it out, the whole reason I'm on here, I'm going to stay on here for a couple hours, is that the market's a little slower. It's Asia. I can help you guys, with it. So, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And we do a free 3-day trial because I want you guys to get on and play with them tonight. So that way, if you guys have any questions, you can let me know. And we don't ask you to put your credit card or none of that stuff. So, I truly just want y'all to be able to try them. That's it. Okay. So there's the 82. This is the one that he was saying is an institutional pivot. So if we lose this 50, then we'll get the sweep. If it reclaims, see that? As long as we stay above here, we run the risk of a jump through, tap, push. We got 2 minutes for the 8 o'clock volatility. So we'll see if they get any kind of little sweep leg here. So there's their 50. See if we get the pull. It took about 2 minutes for that. We're getting some buy pressure. Interesting. Let's see how the 8 o'clock volatility. Why not short? We already did shorts. We're on our third trade. I've actually passed 2 evals and I'm almost through an intraday on his calls. We've been shorting it through here. You don't want to short right now because it's 1 minute from 8 o'clock. You don't know where it's going. And the only target that he called was 560. That's what he had called. And so there's not a lot of room. And you don't know what 8 o'clock is going to do. 8 o'clock can just sweep this up or it can just drop it to the floor. So we'll see. Pretty soon here when it ticks, there's 8 o'clock. Okay, so we got to push. Let's see if they sweep, pull. There's our push up. Here's our push down. There's my TP. Good deal. I'm out of that one. And he actually, watch, he's going to hit his damn 560. He did it again. I should have left to this. I swear, guys, I created him and I still don't take the full TP. Jesus, look at this. This dude. He actually hit it. For those who, you know what's funny is some of you guys in here in the mornings, I'll be like, I'm going to play a conservative, I'll take a TP here, and then it will hit it and then go up a little and then sweep it. And then people will say, man, I took that. He hit the whole TP. I put it right at it. And I just laugh because y'all got more balls than I do from it. And so at times he hits it over and over and over and over. So, don't jump back into a trade, guys. Do not do it. I know you want to. Y'all and your FOMO's getting crazy. We've already had a phenomenal session. We started about 6:30, 6:45, something like that. Yeah, because it was we started up here, right there. And so his first call that he had called was that we would from this area here, we would get that push up and then get that rejection from. And then we ended up, kind of dropping, through there. And then once we got the push down to the 618 there, we got the bounce. When we were here, it was funny because I was like, should we short if we break it? He goes, I wouldn't short unless we get a push into the 646, 651. That was the block he wanted. We pushed into it, which is funny. This is where usually you get that short and then you get stopped out. And so we had patience. We waited. Pushed right into the block. We got the close below. We entered the short. His TP, I think, was 605. And then I think his longer TP was 591. So we ended up hitting that one. Actually hit the 591. Then he said I would wait for a push up and a rejection to target back into the 582. So we took that one little scalp. He did it again. Said to push it up, target it back here. Took that little scalp. And then when it was, I think this one he said, because he said 91, and I'm like, that's kind of kind of a close target, and that's when he, where was it? Up here he said 560 would be your actual next target. Oh, I refreshed the page, so it's not there. No, never mind, it's down here. Let me see, where is it? Right there. See, the 560 target is still in the menu. And so that was his target from this secondary push, and we hit the damn target. So we're 3-4 trades in, y'all, and it's only an hour. So 8 o'clock is not the time to open a new trade. I don't recommend it because it's just gonna get volatile. We don't really know where we're gonna go here. So when we look out at the grand scheme of things, we had a pull with a push. If you take a simple measurement, you can see we reclaimed our 50, we lost it, rejected off of it, and that creates that expansion. That normally has to create a lower low. If it doesn't create a lower low and we can reclaim the 618, which is 610, then it's going to jump pretty hard. Anything that stays below 611, I would not touch along with a 10-foot pull at all, because it would it's just risky. So because this right here, the 611, 610 is a high time frame fib level. So, but yeah, isn't it crazy, Chuck? He hits those TPs so much, man. More often than not. I know, it's crazy. If I wasn't intraday, then I would definitely I've trusted that a little bit further. Now this purple blocks that you're seeing here, this is a indicator we have as well. These are cool. When you see the lettering on the top, it's usually signaling a down. When you see the lettering on the bottom, it's a signaling up. And so the first one here already worked because you got the close and we got the expansion and we got a double layer. So I'm thinking that there might be another little push up, guys, and there it is. So I'll tell you the most dangerous combo that you all can have in your trading, and I'd love for you guys to chime in because I know many of you are using it, is if you take Neo's calls with these purple blocks. Look at this. We're trying to get one from the top. They're just insane. They're so good. So, but I have a rule, right now it's tricky because again, anything in here, I don't want to take a long. But I'm not really looking to take a short quite yet. I don't like it because we're a little too close to here, where even if we did short, we could hit it and landmine. We'd have to look at a few more variables to see if I like it. It's not pretty, but you can kind of see too, Ryan. You see that we got the drop with half extension. So if we reclaim this low and this high, it usually goes up pretty good. So let's see.
Looks like the
Yeah.
lights down or strengthened too a little bit.
Yeah, it's enough for me to stay out of it. I won't take the long because I won't take a long with a 610, but it's definitely enough for me to stay out of the short for now. So the beauty of our trap indicator, so this is what's so cool, Reggie, is the trap indicator, is that it when we created it, we were kind of Paul did this one mostly on his own. He actually surprised it when we were studying traps together. He took a lot of logic that I was teaching and just messaged me one day and was like, I made an indicator. I was like, what? So it was really cool. But man, the logic that he put in there on the way I was teaching the traps for that part of that indicator is so good. And so the green blocks and the blue that you get every now and then, those are good mostly on the 1, 5, 15. These purple blocks work on every time frame. Like, it's insane. It's just the only difference the time frames matter is see on the 1 minute, like we got the red order block played out well. On the 1 minute, it's going to move farther. It's stronger. And so if you go into the 5 minute, again, it's going to move and be stronger. So look at the 5 minute, guys. So we're getting a pull with absorption. So it's got to get a close above here. But if we get a 5 minute close above 592, it's going to try to push a bit. Anything, below that 610, though, like I said, I don't trust it. I don't trust it because we got some room to come down. But yeah, the higher time frame that you get, the more you want to be really careful of that block. See, I want to see 2. Interesting, though, if you look at it this way, Ryan, look at, now it's a 1, 2, so we should have one more expansion. My projection was down at around 400 at some point is where we would tap. And so that would actually make sense because it would put it pretty close. If you take our line right there, and I gotta make it straight, people start yelling at me. Cody, get out of here. But that's actually a perfect extension. See, you guys mess with my PTSD, you know, emotional damage. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Just looking at here. But yeah, again, guys, today's for you guys. We just get a lot of people that are coming into TradeVision, and there's a good amount of questions at times during the open session, and so open session's a little harder. See, look at that push. That's why I was telling you, I'm not taking the long, but I don't trust the short. And look at the traps played out. It's so good. But the 610 is everything, guys, for me. And we'll talk to Neo. But if we can, the way this 3-tier kind of play works, you reclaim the low and the high. Usually it's going to hold and then you get a deeper push. But the 610 here is a macro fib extension, or retracement, I mean. So if it's a lot larger, it's the whole structure, the big structure. So if we stay below 610, I don't care what this is doing, it's coming back down. So, but if this structure typically pushes up, you know, back up into this level, but it doesn't have to go all the way up because the other structure is a more macro structure. So if we take our measurement tool here, we just tap perfectly on the 50%. And so we could see an additional little pull here. But let's check with Neo, guys. I always like to give him a little pause, but again, like I said, guys, if you have questions, please, please, please ask, because that's the name of the game, the idea for this. A lot of really good calls. Now that we have the 8 o'clock volatility almost done, where do you see this price going? What should we be looking for? Let's see, this block
Look,
here is going to be
the
big.
market is currently caught in a classic make up your mind phase. We're sandwiched between the 29,591.79 liquidity wall below and the 29,605.21 pivot above. The swing structure is still leaning bearish, but the bulls are buying the dip like it's a clearance sale. If we can't reclaim and hold the 29,605 pivot, I bet on the bears regaining control. Keep an eye on rejection there or a clean
That's
breakdown below
605 is what he's looking at right here.
29,591. It's essentially a game of don't get squashed in the middle.
Well, I'm trailing that short.
Man, almost.
Did you get into it? I jumped into that. I literally clicked the button and then it dropped. That was good timing. That was good. Let's see if we revisit this this 60 here. I'm gonna trail it at 70 if it gets below here. Just give it a little tight trail. Actually, I might give it a little bit above. I'm gonna give it a little bit of room to breathe. We'll see if we get a good drop out of it. So I'm gonna put my trail back up into here because I already shaved half. I'm doing little defensive plays, guys. So I'm gonna put it just above the 591. If it goes there, that would be not bad. But my call a bit ago was that we would likely get down to that 400 range at some point, and so. But I don't know. I might oh gosh, I might have to trail it a little tighter. Let me see, because I'm almost through my intraday, and you guys know that's a little mind thing for me. What I'm gonna do is set a trail and a TP, so that way if it wicks it again and jumps, that could be good. Okay. This 605 was kind of his line in the sand, if you will. So from that, but yet again, you know, old Neo at his tricks. So and the old purple block. So we literally went from purple block to purple block breakdown back into purple block. So I know, Cody, man, when you made that comment of no way in hell I'm taking shorts earlier, I was like, remember what I told you? I was like, that's fine, you know, because I don't want everybody. I don't ever want somebody to trade and something that may cause emotions, but you got to trade what you see with it. So if you're gonna take the longs, you gotta play the longs. You know, you gotta wait for the pulls, the reclaims, the pushes, and just scalp it because the overall structural plays are more down. So we do have an interesting parallel channel I just noticed on that. So yeah, if we can reclaim that 6010, that would jump pretty crazy. This is a pretty good floor right there. For us to sweep this low would make sense, but we're definitely trying to hold this area from within. So let's see. Let's ask him again. That was another awesome call. So we rejected just below that 605, and on the close of that candle below the 591, we were in, and everybody took profit back at 560. I just told everybody we'll take a little pause for the cause, so we kind of did that. But now that we're looking to see where price goes, what's next, do you think? Thanks for the follow, guys.
The market
Appreciate
is
it.
currently having an identity crisis, just like my laptop at 3 a.m. We're trapped under that 29,581.94 to
Where does he come up with this stuff?
29,605.21 overhead reaction block, which is basically acting like a bouncer at a club that won't let anyone in. If we keep getting rejected from that block, the bears might take another swing at the lows. If the bulls actually manage to bust above 29,605.21 with a clean hold, those trapped shorts are going to be sweating bullets. Until then, we're just watching the ping pong match.
Yeah. If we happen to get a close and hold below the 560, what's our downward target below that? Yeah, so we're just bouncing on the prior lows, guys, right out of the
If
purple block.
29,560 kicks the bucket and we get a confirmed close below it, the market enters a bit of a "where's the floor" situation. Since I don't see a clear, nearby institutional wall to catch us, you're basically managing through candle progression and developing structure until we find the next buyer defense, which might not be until the 29191, 29206 support zone.
Oh,
It's a
God.
long way down,
Way
so
down
don't
there.
bank on a specific landing spot. Just watch if sellers can actually keep expanding.
Damn. You guys know whenever he calls
That's
those,
interesting.
when he calls these crazy targets down, that's enough for me not to look along for a bit. Oh my goodness. 20. I might do a rectangle on that one. So what do you say? 91 and then 206. So we'll just kind of block this. Anything blue, guys, is what Neo calls on his screen. That is quite a TP there. If we break that on that. Man, that's it, guys. Setting a TP there, and I'm going to bed. Have a good night. I don't know if Alton, you're on here, but you crack me up every single time. You've hit if you're on here, he's hit more direct Neo TPs than anybody I've seen, and some crazy ones. Like, I'm not, guys, and I'm not saying we're dropping straight to there now, but normally when he puts out some crazy targets, at some point, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, we hit it. It doesn't mean we can't range or jump up again a little, but he's done that so many times where we'd be in the open session, and I'm like, good lord, and then we would just be dropping, and everybody's taking profit and trailing out, and then he's like, oh, hit the TP. He's like, you did it again. I trust him. I'm like, I didn't even take it that long, and I made him. So pretty cool. But whenever he throws those crazy ass targets like that, again, doesn't mean we can't bounce a little bit and wiggle in the middle, but it is enough for me to be like, no, thank you to taking the longs. And so my whole theory is, again, we kind of got that push, little parallel action going on. We're trying to hold that higher low. If we reclaim this 610, kind of 605, 610 area, then we're going to push up pretty hard, back up to here, maybe even more. If we can't break through there, it's going to go down, quite a bit. So we still have a lot of room to go. But this is our kind of upper and lower. If we pull it down there, and so we're respecting pretty close to the 50. We've got it, lost it, and got it, and lost it. So that's pretty wild. So I was just talking about how below that 605, 610, I'm not interested in taking any kind of long. Would you consider taking a long if you get a close and hold above 610? So remember, if you're thinking something, oh, dude, isn't it funny, Steven? Alton does that every morning. Like, nope,
If you
made
want
my
to play
10,000, I'm done.
catch the breakout in this market, you're a braver soul than I am. Honestly, if we manage to bust and hold above the 29,611.89 institutional wall,
That doesn't.
the long idea actually becomes worth a look, but only if we don't immediately get slapped back down.
It makes it sound like you
If
don't
we
believe we're
reclaim
gonna.
and hold above that level, I'd be watching for expansion into the higher structure. Just don't get caught in the 29,600s chop zone like a squirrel in the middle of the highway. If we fail back into that cluster, the long is effectively dead on arrival.
Oh, guys. Do you guys use Funny as well? Some of you guys that are using them? I love the Funny one lately. The stuff he comes up with. I have not heard that one. Guys, don't get caught like a squirrel in the middle of a highway going back and forth. Do you guys ever feel like that sometimes when it's going down and you go short and then it jumps on you and you close it and go long and then it drops? And that's literally the greatest analogy I think I've heard. You feel like a squirrel in the middle of a highway going back and forth, back and forth. Oh, that's funny. It's trying to hold this low, guys, and it's not doing a great job, so kind of curious if I measure the pivot extension. Yeah, that's a perfect rejection on the 618. So we'll see. Still in this block though. Anywhere in this block can definitely jump, so be ready. I'm still in the short. I have a I made my stop a little wider. I think I'm up at like 612.50 is what I did. Yeah, so that way it puts it above here, you know, because I already took some profit on it. So if I get up there, I'll still be green with plenty of drawdown. Because I'm not real big volume on it. I just want to see, as long as we stay below there, I want to see if I can get that one more expansion. And if not, you know, we'll take the win. But we're getting a good push out of the block like normal. Like clockwork. There's the push. Now we're coming up into the 591. So we might just end up like yesterday where we just do this ranging. So we do have a little curl with a double bottom play. So we could push up into this area here, the 605 again, and then try to pull back again, creating this other side. But let's see if it can do that. So the 591 is kind of your big one there, guys. So now that we got the push, you just want the break of the 50. So we lose the 582. It's going to show some weakness. Unless we absorb it back, but definitely showing some weakness still. A little bit of strength there. So we're looking to see if it holds about there. It's 574. If we lose 74, it's going to drop. If we end up holding this, then we're going to get expansion up to that 605 I was talking about. So let's see. Here's our retest. If we get that push back up to the 605 and reject, what would I look for to take another potential short back south? See that 591? It just keeps rejecting right off of it. That's the other institutional
context. The market is currently bouncing around like a kangaroo on a trampoline, so chasing this without confirmation is a great way to donate your capital to the cause. If you're itching for a short, wait for a confirmed break and hold below the 29,553.25 minus 29,560 support zone with a 1-minute bearish candle body close. If that confirms, the first target is the 15-minute EMA support near 29,516.75. A reclaim back above 29,560 is your first warning, but the thesis doesn't fully go into the dumpster until we lose the 29,601.25 high. That invalidation is wide enough to drive a bus through, So size the trade appropriately unless you enjoy singing the blues if we bounce back up.
Alright, guys, so he doesn't like a short again until you get below here, targeting there, which is pretty smart, actually, because the way we're bouncing, right? We're getting a push with a hold. The way that that hold is holding right now is interesting, because we bouncing right off the 382. So that 382 bounce has to create expansion back through. If it loses back through that, then it's going to drop. It's a failed hold. So... what platform are we using? So this is TradingView that we're just charting on. What I'm trading on is prop firms for tonight. So I'm on a rapid from my funded futures. And so we're just doing prop firms for mostly for tonight. All right, so we're pushing into the 591. Let's see if we get all the way to that 612, guys. Again, I would be shocked if we just break through the 610 without any kind of resistance, but if it happens to do it, it's going to go up pretty far. So, because all these levels up here where the bearish order block he was calling before. The bulls are coming in hard. You think they got enough to push this through that 605 block?
The bulls are definitely chugging the espresso, but pushing through 29,605.21 is the ultimate
610 is
bouncer
when
check
you want to
for
be
this target.
careful with your
They need a
shorts.
clean break and hold above that pivot. Otherwise, they're just asking for a rejection back down. If they do manage to clear it, watch for expansion toward 29611.89, but keep your invalidation tight to the active 50% midpoint near 29,574. If we fail to hold that, the bulls are losing their grip faster than a greased pig at a county fair.
So there's the 605 tap. We're pushing into that 605 now. I'm not sure if you have that data when I push this button here, but if we get a rejection off the 605 and we break below the 591 again, would that open up the door for a potential short for you again? I want to see if he sees anything he doesn't like from it, or if we get the rejection from there and the close back below there, we can
That short is definitely tempting, but we're basically playing chicken with the 29,591.79 liquidity wall right now. If we get that rejection at the 29,605.21 pivot
bulls are
and then
pushing
confirmed
them
1
right
minute
off our
candle
block.
close and hold below the
Let's see.
29,591.79 liquidity wall, I'd say the door for a short is officially propped open. First
Yeah,
meaningful
91.
target would be the major support near 29,560.00. The first warning is a reclaim back above that 29,591.79 level, and if price decides to moon and reclaim the 29,605.21 pivot, the short thesis is structurally toast.
Yeah.
Just keep it tight. Chasing breakdowns when the bulls are still hogging the volume is a quick way to get your lunch money taken.
So this is our block, guys. It's been rejecting us a bit. We're getting a little bit of bullish potential structure. I would love to see one more little pullback just to kind of give me this little edge. Doesn't have to do it, but this 610 is a really big fib level, and so from the higher structure. It's also the prior low from the structure that just broke us down. So if we reclaim that, it's going to jump really, really good. So, but just be careful. You got to be really patient. If you wanted to be more long, I'd need it for it to push, hold, jump. Anything short of that, it's just going to tap and pull back. So let's see if we get the break on the 591. And that would be the target back to the 560. There we go. I'm telling you, these purple blocks, anybody wants it. Our indicators are only $20. And so, for that one, that thing is a lifesaver. Especially when it validates what he's talking about. So this pull is important, guys. So as we pull down, anything that loses the overall 50%, which is already losing, shit, I gotta trail this one. I added another, so the one I had the half volume in, when we got the rejection here, I added my half volume. So I'm trailing that half volume and then saw the other one in. And so I'm already through my intraday on this one, which is good. And so we'll see if we get the deeper expansion. So from here, I like to look at the low high, you got the 786. If we pull through, we're breaking that. If we hit this and reclaim 618, it'll jump hard, but as long as we stay below there, should create a lower low. But as of right now, we're just consolidating. So I expected, remember I was telling you the way this structure looks, one more little pullback. There you go. This one came a lot deeper than it should have. And so we could have a lot more room to go down. The beauty is now I'm through my intraday, I don't really care because it's just earning profit, and anything that goes backwards on it is just taken from the profit, not the drawdown, so which is good. So who caught the short from the 605 again? That's our fourth trade from the fourth 50-point move. Good job, guys. You see why I said below that 610 area of 605, man, don't be long. Do not be long. I mean, if you're scalping long here, it's fine, but just be careful. We break this 553, guys. He had a target of 516, and then there was some stupid target way down here that he called. And so, but pretty high probability we're going to break this and get that 516. Whether it's here now or one more oscillation, we'll see. But usually when he calls those targets, they hit. So, we'll see. I have the 15-second time frame. I think so. Well, at least I recommend it. So the 15-second, you have to be on premium. If you don't have premium, you're not going to get it. You don't have to be on the 15-second. So if you don't want to pay to get the premium, because it's not cheap, you can do 1 minute. I used to trade a lot on the 1 minute. A lot of his confirmations, notice they're 1 minute candle close. The reason I use the 15-second is because if he says, okay, I need a candle close below, let's say 54 or 60, I want to see what it's doing. So if I get that candle close, a lot of times I want to see a close and hold. When I'm on the 1 minute, I can't see the hold as well. But if I know the 1 minute just closed and I see push, absorption, that's the hold. See, I can just see it a little better. But you don't really need it for the most part. So his area, if you guys recall, was 560 to 553. This is his bullish block area. If we get a close below 553, that is a 1 minute candle close, then his target was 516. So anything short of that, we're just ranging, and we'll just continue to range. So again, those are joining on TikTok. On Wednesdays, I go live every Asia session. It's something that I committed to doing. The other ones, at times I've been going on Thursdays and sometimes Sundays, but the only one I commit to doing is Wednesday. So, if you want to follow, I'll be on each Wednesday. So I do trade in the mornings at 9 a.m. And so if you're able to follow along, so 9 a.m. to 11, we do the open session for people. And that's free to join. I go live on TikTok, open session, all that. And so, but the whole reason that I agreed to do these Wednesdays, I don't usually trade Asia, is because of the fact that I wanted to show people in the Asia session that can't join the morning session, Neo. I also want to, hold on. On this last run, I just thought about it. I'm going to set a TP at that 16 one. So, because just in case he goes and hits it, I'll put it a little higher. It's okay. Just in case I'm talking and I don't see it and we get a little wicked out, I will happily take that profit. What's up?
Are you living like a
Chuck?
queen?
No, I don't know, Chuck. What? You want hot mic moment? Nailed you.
My moment.
I got you. I'll meet you. Hot mic moments. You brought to you by YouTube. Coming soon. Hear you. No. So yeah. Anyway, so Wednesdays I go live because I just want to show you guys. So we do a 3-day free trial. No credit card, no commitments. Look at this. And if you're interested, check it out. That's why I come on Wednesdays, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday gives you your pretty good 3 days. And I'm on here for another probably hour and a half, and in case you have questions. So I'm not a big fan of taking trades after 9. So if from 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10. As long as there's questions coming in and y'all are engaging and you got questions, then we'll stick around. I'll stay as long as you guys need. I've stayed till 1 in the morning. But if people start dropping off and y'all are done for the Asia session, which most of you probably are, because he's called, 4 50-point moves now, then that works for me too. So the purple blocks that you are seeing, that is amazing. If you go into our website, nextstepalgo.com, and you go to trading algos, it is our trap and block engine. So our indicators are not expensive. They're $20 a month. Just put the coupon code there. So they're $20 a month. One second. All right, but yeah, if you go in there, that's the trap and block engine, guys. And all of our stuff's automated. So if you request it from the website, then every 30 minutes, I think every 30 minutes on the 30 minutes, it automates filling it for you. So, but we have our trading algos. Guys, we are already like 4 trades in. If you're just joining, most people caught a lot of them, I believe, and it was like 4 50-point moves. So we're pretty good. I've already passed 2 evals, got through an intraday, so it's been a really good session. When you look at the website, just to show you a couple things we do. So we have Neo AI watch list, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be where it's going to notify you things. So if you want to look at, gold or ES or SPY or QQQ, you're going to be able to set up, some personalized things to alert you when they're in buy or sell positions. It's going to be awesome. The watch list also, the exciting part everybody is waiting for is the automated trading. Neo will be automating trades. I will tell you, I've talked about this this morning. We're going to only be able to onboard so many at a time, and so the priority will be mentor group, and VIP will always get first dibs on that from within the community. So if you're interested in automated trading and you want to do it sooner rather than later, then you'll want to be either in the mentor program or the VIP. You guys have seen how well Neo does on his calls. Imagine when he gets up and going and trades for you. I'm really excited that for those who haven't heard of the nano contracts coming out, the 0.2 instead of 0.5 per tick. That's going to be awesome for those people as we roll out Neo, because even as good as he is, I know people at times don't really have a ton of money to put into things or to lose, right, if things go bad because it's trading. And so the beauty of the nano contracts is you're going to be able to trade a lot lower volume. So on that. So that's going to be awesome for those that want to do that. But those that are in VIP and Mentor will get first dibs on that. And then those that are in subscribers to TradeVision will get dibs after that. And then we'll kind of move on from there. Yeah, appreciate that, Stephen. And just to show you a little more for those missed it, these are our trading videos. I'm live. I record everything. So I think there's a lot of BS that goes on in the industry. And so I think it's really important to record everything. And so I do. If you want to take a look at any of those are all free. The mentorship videos, we also record everything as well. For them, those are only exclusive to them. We do trading courses. Our courses are very different than probably what you're used to. The trading starter kit is free. Anybody can take it. And good job. The anybody can take this for free, and it's just kind of a way to get you started. And then we just have a path, right, of your education, which is lesson 1 through we're up to 7. 8 will be done here soon. We actually have like 52 of these built. Anybody in VIP or Mentor gets these free. If you're not in those, then they're like $30. They're not very expensive. When you go into our courses, you can see when you click on it, they're not normal. They're a book. It's not a video.
Lesson 5.
And he
Support
is
and
teaching.
resistance on NQ, institutional liquidity framework
This is
for
Neo.
swing points, liquidity pools, session levels, and high risk zones.
Neo teaches you how to trade. There's a lot in here at times that gets pretty small. You can zoom in or you can flip them to the ebook if you want to read it that way to kind of zoom in. When we're creating through the images, there's just so much good stuff, that goes into it. But the beauty of our website is anytime you go through any training, you always have Neo to talk to. So if you have a question as you're flipping through, you can ask them. So I can say, I'm just curious on the institutional support and resistance for NQ. Why is that important? And how does it differ from just the normal retail support and resistance I'm used to? And I can send the question and he will answer it for you. So you can take training that actually AI can answer questions for you. So
It is a
no
great
bolts
question.
ladder.
Moving from a
Right.
retail perspective to an institutional framework is one of the most important shifts you can make when trading the NASDAQ and Q. Based on the course material in Lesson 5, here is why that distinction is so critical and how it differs from the retail approach you might be used to. The retail versus
I don't know why he says
institutional
those
difference in
hashes
the retail
sometimes.
model. Support and resistance are often viewed as horizontal lines, places on a chart where price has touched or bounced multiple times in the past. The belief is that buyers or sellers are waiting at these levels to defend them. In the institutional framework taught in this course, support and resistance.
I'm going to stop it. Just because TikTok, when I let him talk too much, tends to like to flag me. So I get the old pre-recorded fun flag. Ooh, little trap block here. Let's see. Guys, we're trying to hold that 553 level he was talking about. We are getting a little trap block, but we are getting some hammers. So if we get these hammers with the close below, we'll get that sweep extension. If we close above there, then it's going to get an inverse extension. So, but again, guys, check it out. We do the free trial because I know it's too good to be true, but as traders, at times people get very prideful of their strategies and such. And keep in mind, he can teach you strategies, but he's also going to acknowledge your strategy. I've had actually a few people message saying it was crazy. They had their strategy and they were backtesting it and working on it with Neo and have gotten them up to like 95%, win rate. And so, which is really cool. I don't care how you use him. He's real AI. So if you're just using him for signals, you are way underusing him.
Hello, Nick. I'm ready.
And so
let's look at the market.
all right. And he can do other stuff. So if you guys want to check any of the other symbols, just let me know. Or if you have any questions. Again, guys, awesome session. Good job on that, though, Paul. Did you make it all? You got it all back? Yeah, it's nice with that. Once you get those purple kind of blocks, it's so nice to use as those little ping pong areas. So we are trying to hold this level. So if you notice on the overall structure, the way we look, we have that pull here. It's trying to hold this level. And, so we need to get expansion through to here, like he was calling on that target, and then get maybe a push retest, and then we would likely get a deeper expansion. My call is that at some point we're going to get down to about 400. Not sure if we'll go directly, but pretty likely that we'll get down to that point at some point, just to retest. Now you guys can see this is kind of formulating into a higher time frame, double bottom looking, or attempt. See, 15-minute. Boom, boom. So if we do get any kind of propulsion through this and it can break above that 78, whew, buddy, that might just go. So you got to be careful because it is trying to get that little double bottom action. But anything below this 610. So for people wondering, I don't like to just throw out level. I talked about it earlier. If you pull out here all the way, you got the high of the structure and the low of the structure. If you take I'll unmute it, like that. So all we did is we took the top to the low, did a fib retracement, and that level is right there. That's your 618. It's hard to see because it's got all Neo's lines in there, but that's your 618. So we ended up pushing through it, and then we lost it. So as long as we stay below that, we're going to get extension down to about here, the 236, which is why I'm getting that 400. So, oh, dang. It's all good. It happens. And so we'll see. again, as long as we stay below there, pretty good probability we're going to get to there at some point. Now, if we do break through here and then lose it, it's going to be even more probability. But I would be really surprised if we just blow back through there. That's possible. I mean, we were very bullish, but a lot of that bullishness was due to the earnings and some speculation too. We just got a little, we overshot what we should have on that. A lot of manipulation. You guys saw that yesterday. You know, it was just another like 2 days in a row, just big climb. But the climb doesn't bother me. It's the inducement that was happening. We would get those breakdowns and then just $60 candle out of nowhere. That manipulation is what gets annoying. So, let's see, Justin. Oh, yeah. So VIP gets everything. So, yeah, it gets everything. If you need additional stuff, Justin, as well, the mentor program, I have only a couple spots left, and it's around that same price. So, yeah, you'll be able to get all the tools you need from within. So you can always check that out. When you go, if you guys are looking for the mentoring, or you like, you know, kind of how I trade and you see what I'm doing each day, you just go into the mentorship program here. You can see we're really close. Ooh, I'm actually at 49. I think I have, let me look at the actual number, guys. So when I meet with people, I approve them, and then that locks a spot. When that reaches 50, I reach out to them and tell them, you gotta commit, or I gotta find a new spot. So we are at 43 because I have like actually committed, and so we have about 7 spots left, and then it's closed. And once I close that, I will not take any more. I don't care if it's we all BFFs or got history, or I can't dilute the program. I don't want to take on more than I can chew. So if you're interested, we got to meet. So just let me know. You guys can reach out to me, email directly. You know, it's just nick@nextstepalgo.com. When you're on the site, you just click on there to tell me you're interested, and then I'll shoot you an email. But once that 50 locks in, guys, I'm gonna put another thing next to it. It's gonna say 50 out of 50, and then it's gonna say waiting list. So, yeah, no worries. Let me know. Yeah, so I've seen you in here, Paul, on that, and so I know you've seen what Neo can do each day on that for sure. So, but for the mentorship program, guys, I don't let anybody in until we have a phone call. Guys, we're doing that structure I was telling you again. This is a big one. Remember earlier in the morning? Whenever we get our pull, rejection, pull, push, full sweep, it should create a lower low. If it creates the lower low, it goes pretty deep. We did this earlier and it went pretty deep. Now, if it can't create a lower low and it breaks the 50%, it's going to jump pretty deep. And so there's the 2 play on there you want to watch. And so you can kind of gauge it. So that 50% is right about there. Anything that stays below 570, this little structure should go pretty deep. But if it reclaims that, then it's an invalidation and it jumps pretty deep. The 3-day trial. So the 3-day trial unlocks it. Everything's automatic. So when you go to the website, nextstepalgo.com, you just click TradeVision, and you're going to see like a red button, 3-day trial. Once you unlock it, you just there's a little thing, you just scroll down to the bottom, hit that you agree. It's just letting you know that he's AI, you know, validate stuff, levels, accuracy, just a lot of normal things, right, that we have in there that you need to agree to. Once you agree to that, then it unlocks them. You just hit the start here, and then you start talking to them. So the only thing you have to do, there's no settings, there's nothing you have to configure at all. You just start talking to them. The only thing you need to do that tends to catch people is when you first come in, it's going to say search symbol. You just got to put the symbol that you want. So if you know that we're trading M and Q, you just type in M, N, and then it's going to bring up these above it. You just got to click the one you want. So if you wanted to trade like NVIDIA, I would click on here and do NV, and then where the NVIDIA is, I would click that, and I can start talking on that. So make sure you select the symbol, because he gets all the data and he can interpret all of it, but we have to make sure that it's selected so he knows which one specifically you're looking at on that for that section. So, but yeah, if you want to check it out, that's why I stay on here. So I want to make sure I help you guys if if you want to give that a check out on it. All right. Let me see. Yeah, for that TP, I'm gonna put up just a little higher in case it sweeps, but he hits his TPs pretty well when he does it, but we'll put it up a little higher. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Paul, I see, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I have been going live on Thursdays as well, guys, because I do a webinar. If you guys haven't found it, we're not putting a ton of money into the meta marketing. Hey, what's up, man? You made back. Nice. Give me 1 second. And so it is on Facebook if you happen to see it. We'll be doing the webinar tomorrow, and so it's just it's a little untraditional. I'm more so just on there answering questions, talking about the site, showing what we can do. It's not a sales pitchy thing, you know. I'm not a big fan of the webinars where we go through all of the spiel and you're waiting for the build up and it sounds so amazing and then they hit you with $1,000 price, right? It's not like that at all. So for those who I love that none of y'all even asked this, but if you're wondering, after the free 3-day trials, for our basic it's $100 a month, and for the TradeVision Pro it's $250. So anybody that is lived in the trading industry, you know that that's a really good deal to have a mentor that can teach you all those levels like that. So yeah, so see how we're getting we got the halfway, we got the push, we got the lower low, but it didn't get the extension, and they're pushing. This is our bullish block that we just can't break. So we'll see. But you got the TradeVision Pro and the basic. The only difference is, guys, I will not dilute the logic. I just don't believe in that. I don't want to make one better than the other. They all pass through the same logic. Why are they different price? Well, if you go to the plans of the viewing, you can see that our basic allows you to do future symbols. We did that intentionally because most people in the community are trading prop firms. And so if you're on basic, you can do all futures. We want to make sure you're getting your prop firm stuff that you need. If you want the pro, that's going to be options, stocks, crypto, enhanced languages, you know, longer response modes, and more personalities. So the basic only gets beginner and friendly. The pro gets all the other ones, the funny, sarcastic, all that. So we had to separate it that way. So that way we didn't have to dilute the logic, because I don't want to ever those who know me know I have a big issue with those who will teach you less because you're not paying more. I just want you guys to win, so I'm not I just well I don't want to do that on there. So but so you end up getting in on that. Let me look. I didn't even pull that up as a session, so let me take a look on that. But nice. How'd everything go today on your appointment? Went good? Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Yep, I do see you in there. Good deal. So let me I'll kind of get you set up while we watch this. Look at that rejection. Tell you, watch, it's gonna get that 516 target. So let me grab. Try to multitask here, guys, but I'll watch questions. But guys, you and the Google Meet, Marta end up joining up, so we're gonna get her in the chat here. And so let's get that link over to you. It's gonna be an awesome fit for the group. I think yep, this was yours. Okay. So I'm gonna text you a link. This is to a Group Me. You want to go to the App Store and just download the Group Me app. And so once you have that, if you already have that, if you don't make an account, and then once you get the account in, then you're going to click that link, and then it'll get you into the group, and then I'll get you set up on everything else that we talked about on that. And so, good deal. The Facebook, so, oh man, I gotta find the link. My son actually runs that marketing, and so I don't have the link to it. What you guys can do is, if you're in the community, Justin and anyone else that wants to join tomorrow, When you go to the community chat, ooh, look at the poll here. Oh, nice. I didn't even see Brent posted that. Sweet. I forgot the post. I'll post it in here. It's just a Zoom link, and so I'll post it in there. So if you guys want to join in, you can look into the community chat and then look for that tomorrow. So it's tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's a Zoom. Unfortunately, that platform likes Zoom, and so. But yeah, welcome. So we'll get you in the chat, Mara, and then I will get you set up on that other stuff here right now while we're talking. I want to make sure you got everything you need on it. So you might lose temporarily your TradeVision on that, so just stand by for a minute. And I'll get you converted over. If you guys got questions, you can type it, and I'll get you in just a second. I'm still in this trade, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Because remember, my stop I put like way up here. I have a target of like, I think TP's at like 521, something like that. I think I did. Well, guys, that's one less spot in the mentor group. Almost there. I'll tell you, I have some really cool stuff planned for the 50 in there. It's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome.
I'm still proud to be an OG.
I know, man. You've been around since black and white TV.
Back when you used to answer the telephone on the wall.
Yep. Oh yeah. If you weren't walking around the kitchen freaking knocking everything on the counters off with your cord, you don't even know what living it was. Trying to undo it. That was when we first learned how to be a master at untangling extension cords. We started with phone cords. Oh man. I'll tell you guys, those that are born, we'll just call it like pre 85, 82, 80 for sure. And so I was born in 78, and we just lived in an awesome generation, I think, for us. I couldn't have asked for a better period to live in, because we are old enough to remember pre-internet, but we are young enough to still enjoy post-internet and AI and all the craziness, So I loved it because I've had these conversations with my daughter. I have 3 kids. My youngest, when she was like 12 or 13, she was using. It was kind of right when ChatGPT came out, so whenever that came out, and she got caught using ChatGPT on some of her school stuff. And I said, I said something like, I said, man, you really should try to learn this. You don't want to do that. And so we started having that discussion. And she goes, don't act like you didn't Google things and go on the internet when you were in school. And I'm like, that's when I look at my wife like, you want to tell her? Like, we didn't have internet, girl. Like, we brought out grandpa's encyclopedias and searched through that for like 17 hours. That's funny. I always love those conversations too, because people like she gets fascinated when we used to talk about that stuff, because we would sit there and I'll put this in there. Okay, you should be good, Mara, if you want to refresh your page. Let me add back your TradeVision, so you'll have the Pro, so you should be good. So just refresh your page, and then we'll get you into that chat, and you'll be good to go. But it was so funny because we were talking about even like driving and stuff, and so she's like, well, if you didn't have internet, like, how did you know where you were going? I'm like, girl, we just knew. Like, come on, people that are over 40, we just knew. If I wanted to go down to the store, it was 3 lefts, 2 rights, across the tree next to the church. Like that's just how our map brain worked, right? Oh yeah, and then eventually when internet kind of came out, we did the old let me print that, the old Yahoo Maps to the printer, flipping through. Before that, it was Thomas guides, right? Or gas stations. As long as you had a gas station, man, you were good. You had your map. Oh yeah,
You
MapQuest.
haven't lived until you had to type the term paper on a typewriter.
Oh God, don't get me started. Oh, Steven, why do you got to do that stuff? Because my mind goes crazy. I I have ADHD stuff I deal with, and so when I'm writing or typing, I tend to think faster than I'm going. Typing, I can type pretty quick, but on a keyboard, I can mess up. Well, when you're doing it on a typewriter, it's like you're 3/4 through your term paper, just and then it's like wrong key. Oh shit! Like I don't want to start this over. Mom, get the white out. All right, come on. It's fun to reminisce. I love it. But guys, the beauty of us is who've experienced that part is you know I feel like I'm still young enough to appreciate technology, and I love technology. I love AI. I'm still in this trade too, by the way. Still sitting at my TP. Almost. I'm over here talking. I'm like $10 on the TP. Come on, give me a sweep. Knight Rider. Oh man, I loved Knight Rider. Yeah, I watched the hell out of that one. Oh, but technology is the future, guys. The moment we created this company right off the bat, Alex, who is my friend, long time, almost 30 years, amazing individual, amazing programmer. He's been programming for that long, for much as long as I've known him. He's a little older than me. I want to say, I think he's like 49, 50. He's a year or two, couple years older than me. But just an awesome guy. And he is the Wizard of Oz. He is the brains truly behind the operation. Dukes and Hazzard, y'all bringing back memories. Yes, I did watch the Dukes and Hazzard still slide on the hood. I knew. He's the brains behind the operation. I call him the Wizard of Oz because you'll never see him unless you need to, like a support ticket or we get on a call or because he's just always busy, developing. He creates some amazing things. I am not the AI person. I will never take credit for that. I am the trader. I am the visionary, the one that kind of thinks up the processes and puts it together, and then Alex just brings it to life. And so it's amazing. It's awesome. MacGyver. Oh my goodness. Yeah. MacGyver. Oh man, I love MacGyver actually. I'm gonna go even a little bit deeper on that. Come on, who remembers the Quantum Leap? That was the first like most amazing future type movie that I loved. I was so fascinated with Quantum Leap. I watched the hell out of that one when I was younger. Man, we're gonna start calling this Throwback Wednesday. We'll probably get some young guys on this channel like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Chat? Anybody else want to just kind of, when you hear people say chat, or is that just me to my teenager? I don't know. She doesn't do it really anymore. the new lingo. Guys, that hit my TP. So, I'm out. That was pretty cool. Greatest America's Heroes. Man, I do remember that one. I did my TP early, guys. He'll probably hit the damn 516, but I'm not greedy. I'm cool with it. How did I let it run? So for this trade, I have been in this trade since the rejection from here. What I did is I did a 10 MNQ, and then as this pulled through, I ended up TPing out on 5, and then I let the other 5 go for the longer expansion. So and then as this came through here, pushed up, we got another rejection. I did add 5 back.
There he goes.
And then this motherfucker had just hit this TP again. Guys, everybody on TikTok, when I tell you I'm putting a TP just above it, just yell at me and be like, dude, he hits it like 110% of the time. It's so crazy. Ellie, isn't it cool? Oh man. It makes trading too easy. It just makes trading too easy. It's so stupid. Did you get that, Bazil? Oh man, good job. All right, recap, guys. I'm out of trade. Let me hit exit all. So that was a pretty good trade. So Awesome session so far. And it's 9 o'clock. Perfect timing. I don't like to be in trades after 9. Let's do a recap. So you're gonna have to hold on for that crypto because we just got out of that trade. So I'm gonna do a little recap, and then I don't typically take a trade after 9, but again, as long as you guys on TikTok have questions, you're engaging, you want to know stuff, you know, you're wanting to get in there and try the free trial or whatever I can do to help you, I'll stay. You know, and so I don't want to kind of keep going trade because overtrading is overtrading, no matter how good Neo is. His target was the 516. My target is that we will likely get down to about 400. Doesn't mean we're going to go directly. We could easily have a drop, pull, drop, push, up a little bit, pull, drop, right? But we'll establish that in a second. So for those wondering, and I love to always say this because it is important, there's a lot of BS that goes on in this industry, so we record everything. In our trading videos, this is a link directly to our YouTube. I am currently on OBS recording right to YouTube. So if you're curious what he just did today, you just go in and you hit play and you can watch it and you can expand it out. So once it's done, I don't know why it does that, but once it's done processing, oh, you know what? That's what it is. There it is. Because I have my screen smaller. I'm like, why is it smaller? Because I know it usually goes pretty full screen like that. So it's just because I'm the way I'm shrunken. But you can watch it. So we record everything from within. So to touch on that, the hours. So I trade Monday through Friday. I go live on TikTok 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Through there. I will tell you, crypto and anybody else watching, and anybody on here will happily call me a liar because they've been on it if I'm wrong. If you go to any of these that say open session, he has called them opening first 15 to 30-minute move every day for 8 weeks, I think, now, something like that. And so it's pretty insane. You can just click on open session, fast forward to the first 30 minutes, and then you'll see. And so it's amazing. And then I do live 9 a.m. to 11 on TikTok. I also do an open session in the Google Meet. So if you're able to join the Google Meet, you can do that. If you love it on TikTok, you can do that. To join the open session in the Google Meet's free. You just click on it when it's open. So right now it's not open because you can see we join 9 to 11. I recently started joining Wednesday Asia. I don't trade a lot of Asia because I like to kind of keep that as my time to work or spend time with family or whatever. I need to get done because I'm usually on throughout the day. And so, but on Wednesdays, I was doing a development course. So you can see development stuff that we had. And so I found a lot of people either didn't know about it, and there was a lot of same people showing up, and the whole purpose is to show and teach about Neo. And so I just finally said to hell with it. I'm going to open it up and join every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Today I got on a little early, like 6:45, I think. And so from Wednesdays at 7 p.m., I will be live on here. Now, if you are part of TradeVision, which is what we're talking to the AI, whether it's the trial or not, you can come into the Google Meet like the rest of them there. And that in our community, all you do, these are our sessions. We don't do a Discord. So when the session's green lit, you are able to click it and you just click this and it'll bring you in. Or you're welcome to stay on TikTok as well. Whatever suits your fancy there. But yeah, again guys, let me do a quick recap and then I'll talk a little bit about his stuff. And I see we're still dropping, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna get that partner. I should let that sucker go. That's okay. I'm not mad at my profit. That was a good day. And available in the evening. So if you're mostly available in the evening, you're gonna look for me Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Sundays after like 7 or 8. I usually go live for the open. Sundays I trade with my mentor VIP group, and so it just depends. Once I'm done with them is when I go live on TikTok, and so. But here was the calls, guys. Any blue line on here is the levels that he was telling us to watch. It was the setups that he was telling us to take. When we first came in here, we had this little drop. He gave us this level above, any rejection off of that was to take that short. I think he said he wanted a rejection and a pull below there. I can't remember, something in there. But anyways, he called this short, said stay short. So we stayed short, took our TPs somewhere in here. Then it was there. He said I would wait for this to push into the 646, which I love that. And you guys remember, oh my goodness, we got the bots found me. Guys, the bots found me. I don't get a lot of those, but every now and then. So it's so amazing because when you are here, if you're thinking of selling again, just some sweeps, things going on, got the breakdown, all that, he was like, no, I wouldn't sell unless we get above up into the 646. So we waited, it hit it, broke down on the first break here. Once we get the close below, we were in. So somewhere around 641, I think, right, is when you guys got in. We got the pull, the 50% sweep. I was kind of guiding people through just to show them what to look for. So you take something I teach is, just take a simple ruler and you can see if you take the pivot high and low, we had an absorption off the 50%, which tells you we're going lower. His first target, I think, was around here, 605, I believe, or 591. I think he said 591. I don't remember. I don't know. It was a big one. I think it was 591. Because yeah, it was 591 because it was a little over 50-point move. When we got into here, I asked if we should take another short. He said no. We would want a push into the 611 and take the rejection. So we took another little short there, which was pretty good, like a 30-point move. Then as it pushed down, we talked about, we got trailed out somewhere here. I asked if we should be looking long or short. What Neo says really matters, guys. Listen to it. Remember what he said, guys, when I asked, I said, should we take a long here now because we swept that and we go. If we get above 611, should I be long? He said something like, like you love to play with fire or something like that, trying to go long into this bear structure. And he goes, if we get above 611, and that's a big if. Remember that or something like that? Like he was just like, big if, then you could maybe look for a long, right? And so when he says that stuff, and so we took the push, got the rejection. Once we got the bearish candle closed, that was the rejection off, and we took that short down. His target that he had was 560. That's where this push came, and we got the target, so ended up pushing there. Then we ended up pushing back through. I asked him, are we going to push through? I think he said the same thing. I don't think we're going to be breaking through this. I said, if we get the rejection off the 605, are we clear to take it back to the 560? And he basically said yes. So we took that. So that was another trade we took. We let this come. We basically took all shorts. Some people took some longs, I guess, but I didn't. So we did it again. Then it went up, hit that. This purple block that we do with the indicator has been phenomenally amazing. And he said the same thing. If we get here, this time it was different though. He said if we get a push through here and we break back below 591 is when he was good for the short. So on the close there, the 589 is when we took that short. When it was this one, he said, he made a comment about if we push through, I think we pushed through and I shaved half my profit. And then I was like, I asked him again, I go, do you think that we're like, what's our target below? And he said, if we don't break above the 591, 605, then the likely target once this breaks is going to be the 516. And so that's why I had that. So I don't even know how many trades is that, like 7? For me, I passed 2 evals and got through an intraday with some profits. So pretty good Asia session. I'll take it. So that's kind of the day, guys. Let me go through questions on this. Let's see. $20 a month. No, it's not all indicators. That's for each of the indicators on that for $20. We don't do the library one, so on that. But if you go to the trading algos, all of our prices are on the site. So if you go to the deals here, we always want to be transparent, and so you can see with the discounts that all of our stuff is $20 on there. From within. So our lessons are $30 on there with the sales from there. Let's see what else we got. Let me look at all the questions. Recommend Haikanashi? Yeah, I do. Prop firms, my favorite prop firms are My Funded and Lucid. There's some other good ones out there, but those are my two favorite that I use. I usually do the Lucid Flex, My Funded Rapid. I will tell you guys, if you haven't looked at it, My Funded is about to break the industry though, because they just came out with a rapid daily payout, end of day drawdown. Phenomenal. Which I got one to halfway, and I didn't even. That's not even. Yeah, that's not the one I passed. So I got to work on that one. Oh yeah, because that one's a 30 or 20. Yeah, 30% consistency. I'll work on that one in the morning. I'm not gonna deal with that one. Oh, so the Ikenashi. I will tell you, and again, there's no wrong way in trading. So anybody who wants to come on and say something is right or wrong, it's subjective. If I'm winning, then it's right. If you're winning, it's right. If you're using candles and you're doing really well, keep using candles. I will tell you, I switched to Ikenashi a while back because I don't like. I learned a long time ago, I don't want to learn like retail. I don't want to be retail. I want to be the person that takes the profit from retail. So I want to be the ones that are kind of trading with the big money, not being the food for the big money, right? And everybody who learns through candles. That's just what you're told to do first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the time, like if you go through candles like this and you're taught your different strategies, they're typically based on candles, CRT, all these things, right? Even through ICT, all that. It's a lot of it's through regular candles, not Ikenashi. And there's a lot of value to that. But with the regular candles, I'm going to give you a couple things I don't like about them. If I look at something like this and I say, man, if this gets a break and a close above this line, then you're in. Or let's say you have a trend line and you break and you close above it, that's your candle close above it. So take something simplistic. Maybe you have a absorption play with a close above it. That's your entry, right? Your candle close above it. You can see some things, a little bit easier, like the candle progressions, if you're looking at like the Black Crows or Three White Soldiers or something like that. But again, more times than not, when that candle closes and it sweeps the other way, it ends up a fake out and you get wrecked, right? And so I don't like basing on the candle's close. I would prefer to close on the Ikenashi close. Now, I love this argument. I've had this with a few people. If you do Ikenashi, the price is not the normal price. So meaning my body can be here and my ticker can be here. That's the downside. I recommend if you're doing Ikenashi, you go to settings, symbol, and you do real prices to scale instead of Ikenashi. That's why you don't see me with two tickers here. I only have the one. And so, man, look at the purple block just freaking, I'm telling you guys, that thing, if I wasn't talking and it wasn't past 9, I would probably have jumped in that on that just because we pushed Doji, lost it. And so the other thing with Ikenashi, I don't mind teaching in these sessions a bit, and I don't mind sharing a little bit, but some of it, is a lot of what I do for the mentoring and that. But I will tell you on the what I love of it is if you're trading the trend, the structure, if we get the body close of the Ikenashi, yeah, the ticker might be a little further, but I'm not trading just a couple points, right? I'm not trading a few points. In 15 seconds, it's not much difference. Like you can see the Ikenashi price compared to the bodies, you're talking $3, right? And if I'm right and I get an average close below what I wanted to, so let's say here, if I'm looking for a close below there, that's an average price close. It's a stronger validation than a singular price close. See how that didn't quite make it. And so I like that. The other thing is it gives you flat tops, flat bottoms. So you see the flat tops, those are typically pretty bearish. When you get the flat bottoms, it's typically pretty bullish, from within. So validation. The last and kind of probably, I guess, final reason for that I'll share anyways is I see it easier, guys. If I were to mute all this stuff, you cannot, there's no way you're going to convince me that you can't see these pivots of bearishness easier on candles. I mean, yeah, you can see it as a high low and the pivots and all that, but it's just, to me, now that I've been on Heikinashi as long as I have, this shit looks messy as hell. I would never trade on candles like this. I'll use candles for validation, maybe for other things, but it's just messy. This is clean. I can see clean pivots, a deep red into a break of the pivot, another deep red. It really makes it easier to see. So, oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, you're gonna find with me, I don't trade like the normal. I'm not on here going, I'm gonna teach you ICT and AMD and ICC and whatever other acronym strategy that I could think of. I think of things very different. I want to, and those in my mentor program over here and somewhere on TikTok, they'll tell you, I see the market different. I don't want to trade the way everybody else trades, because I came to a realization a long time ago that if everybody is learning the same bucket of strategies and the same bucket of courses and classes and styles, and this is amazing and this is good and this is what you should know and learn and all that, but yet 95% of traders fail. I mean, if you're a logical person like me, I'm a logical person. I'm an analyst. People always say, what's your strategy? My strategy is I analyze the market. I analyze the charts. I want to know what it should do, how it should react. And that way, when it doesn't do that, I know something's up. I'm going to trade the trap. And so I don't put a strategy to it. I don't pinpoint it. I have a different way I look at the market. And, but think about that from a sales pitch. Many people in here probably have taken courses, and I'm sure you have paid maybe astronomical prices for them. And if you think about it, when they sell it to you, it's always, let me teach you my 3 candle strategy, or my, how to do the CRT strategy that is amazing and never wins, or never loses. They don't really tell you the fact that millions of people learn and know that same strategy. And I'm not saying they're not good. They can win if you know how to do it right. But they don't ever tell you the part of a lot of people use it that way, and yet 95% of the people fail. Let's think about if that was their sales pitch. I'm going to teach you this amazing strategy that's so good, and it's going to take you a bit to learn it, but you got to still know what day to learn it, what market condition to apply it, what to look for, and it doesn't work on every day, every structure, every session. And you got to figure out that part too. And by the way, millions know this, and 5% of the people actually do it correctly. But I want to sell that to you. You know what I mean? It's not very sexy on the sell pitch. And so for me, I see charts different, and that's how I teach it. I will show and teach and share things in our sessions through TikTok on that. I go deeper into those things than the people I mentor. Man, we're gonna get that 400 after I'll watch. That's crazy. I thought about leaving that one all the way down there too, but it's okay. I'm happy with what I did tonight. So, yeah, so you can stick around on the TikTok and kind of see kind of how I teach and my style and what I look at and what I do, and it's just different. I'm paving my own path. I want to treat the industry differently, and that's why you'll find with Neo he's very different, because I teach him to think very differently. I didn't just throw a bunch of trading knowledge into him and let him figure it out. So he's taught very special. So I love when people join my TikTok and they go, "Oh, guys, come on, another AI. Like, go create your own." Okay, go give it a try. I mean, if you can do it, man, more power to you. Go for it. It's not as easy as y'all think. And so, but that's my mind. That's my style, guys. So if you enjoy that, you want something different, something new out of the industry, out of the norm, the one thing you'll find from me that is very different than people is I am not on here doing things like this, going, hey guys, we got the pull. If we get a push and we reclaim this is going to be our long entry, and that's going to be my short stop loss, and this is going to be my TP, and we're just gonna hang out, and if it gets up there, that's our entry, and then we're just gonna talk and wait. Like, that's not me. You're not gonna get that from me. So if you're looking for that directional wait and hit your target and tell me exactly when to get in, I teach people to fish, not throw a fish at you. We created Neo to do that, so he can give you those levels and mark those out. For me, I want to be more of the explaining the why. You know, I want to tell you why this dropped, why we dojied, why we closed, we swept this low, pulled, why we didn't break this 50% of this pivot of that. You know, why did we fall short of the pivot? Maybe I'm going to teach you, you know, kind of show how to use some of the retracements. Well, we rejected off the 382 golden zone. So I'm going to teach you the why something did something, how it reacted. So and many people on here on TikTok, and I know a lot of people in the mentor program have seen me. I'm not perfect. I don't have a crystal ball, but more times than not, when I go, I've seen this before. It was about to do this, and it typically does this. So I've just got thousands and thousands of hours of time charting, and so and I want to change the industry, guys. I want the industry to do better. We don't overly market, so if you just found me, then I had one person there like, dude, your marketing sucks. Like, how did I not know about this? And it's like, we're not really pushing marketing because, you know, we're happy with our growth and we're still building, you know, things like that. And I'm a firm believer things happen for a reason, and you know, the people that are destined to find a better way will, you know. And if you stick around long enough to be intrigued, then you're gonna probably like it. So, but I can't tell you how many people just love to be the sheep of the industry and do the same thing and expect a different result. And that's just the path, you know, that you got to choose. And so I'm not a very good salesman. I tell everybody because I like, guys, have you like anybody who's followed me, have you heard me say, guys, my affiliate code, go use my affiliate code? I don't have an affiliate code. There's a few that I would do it for, but I cannot. I had two companies reach out to me that I didn't really know, and I researched them and I compared them to like My Funded and Lucid, which I like, and they're just not better. And I don't give two shits what you're gonna pay me or what affiliate code you're gonna give me or what percentage you're gonna give me. I'm not promoting something to anybody that is not equal to something or better just because I profit from it. It's just stupid. I just won't. I make my money trading. I don't need to do that. And so I've told a bunch of them no. But I'm a terrible salesman. Like, it would just be horrible for me to get on and be like, yeah, try this prop firm over here, guys. It's only $149. It's amazing. It's a great deal. Like, no, this is the best in the industry, knowing damn good and well you can get it for $98 from Lucid or, you know, other companies cheaper. And so I just can't do that on that. So, but with the part of the change in the industry, guys, you know, on that standard, and then I'll leave it for some questions, and then I might jump off if we're done. I'm not taking any more trades. I don't trade past 9. The industry standard right now is learn this strategy, pay me, and then when you realize that strategy doesn't work all the time, it's because you need to learn this other strategy. Then you're gonna pay me. Then when you realize that one doesn't work all the time, it's because you didn't do this other strategy. You got to pay me. And that's the cycle of death that they keep you in. And the fact of the matter is eventually you're going to be 10, 20, 30 grand into learning how to trade or more. And we're going to hit that 400, man. I wish I would have left that in there, but guys, don't let me FOMO. And realize that you still can't win. Because
was it 400, Nick? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 400 is what I said we're going to get to. I said that on open. And so, and then, you know, the fact of the matter is you're going to learn 20 different strategies that you paid. Oh, you missed an amazing one, Landon. That you paid all this money for. And now you have 10, 15, 20 strategies that you don't even know which one to apply. So, because you have so many. And then it gets almost to where you complicate trading too much. And so it's not good. And so with Neo, I want him to, we're not done with him. We're done with him on the trading side of it, but I want him to be deep on development. He already can develop. He's got memory. You know, he's going to remember your preference, your strategies, all your stuff. But I want him to be able to mentor you from beginning to institutional level, like all the way through. So you guys don't have to be out there paying thousands of bucks a month for courses. Still blows my mind that people pay $1,000 a month for anything for a course like that. It's just crazy. So it doesn't need to be. And so that's our intent with Neo. So, and he can already do that. He can teach that. So I'll give a couple little demonstrations for you guys from Neo, and then we're gonna look at it. Look at this trap block. It's just killing it. That's our indicator, trap block engine, guys. $20 if you want it. So we'll do a thing. So we're done for the day. Everybody made some profit. It was an amazing day. I made, let me look, 8,500 in the Asia session. And so it was a great day. A lot of other people made some really good profit. I appreciate the guidance. So he does self-analysis, and so I always want to tell him when he
That's
did
a
good.
hell of a payday for an Asia session, Nick.
So
The market is usually a meat grinder, so you might as well take that $8,500 and run before the house changes its mind. Don't go one more trade yourself into giving it back.
one more
Smart trading
trade.
is knowing when the market has officially run out of free money for the day. Enjoy the
That's
profit.
funny. You guys, you never do that one more trade and get caught, do you guys? That's not a thing. So hold on, I'm gonna show you guys something funny that just gives me a thought. That's awesome. I'm over here showing people what you can do on TikTok. Can you do your best impression of a retail trader in the mindset of the one more trade? Because that was hilarious. And I love when you act like the retail person that's doing that. Let's see what he says. What he did earlier was so funny. You guys, man, y'all missed it. It was hilarious. He acted like it. Let's see if he'll do it again. Sometimes he gets stubborn, but
All right, put me on speaker. Here is the
put me
classic,
on
I'm about to give it all
speaker.
back, retail mindset. Okay, I'm up $8,500. I'm basically Warren Buffett's long-lost genius cousin. Oh, M&Q just dropped 20 points? That's not a
What?
breakdown. That's clearly just institutional manipulation. I'm going full-size long right here because it's a discount. Wait, why is my account red? Market makers are definitely watching my screen just to hunt my specific stop loss. In reality, MNQ is sitting at 29,466, buried below VWAP and bearish on the lower timeframes. Trying to force a bounce just because you're feeling lucky is the quickest way to turn that $8,500 into a donation. The structure is leaning bearish right now. Don't let the Asia session dopamine turn you into the exit liquidity for the US Open. Wait for actual structure to shift before you touch anything.
He said, all right, put me on speaker. He said, here's the classic, I'm about to give it back. I'm basically Warren Buffett's long-lost genius cousin. What? Oh, man. Some of the stuff he comes up with is so funny, guys. This is his funny personality. That thing cracks me up. Oh, yeah, that was the best of the day, for sure. That is so funny. And I'm sure none of you have ever thought that. Market makers are definitely watching my screen just to hunt my stop loss. You guys never feel that way, do you? That the market makers know where your stop loss is? It's weird. Oh, man. That brought a little tear to my eye. That was so funny. Oh, all right. And that's what I love. Guys, I keep them on funny. Institutional personality, I think, gives a little better guidance just because personality doesn't change the logic, but it's just straight to the point, numbers, all that stuff, right? But man, trading is so stressful, and it's just sometimes it's great to have a little breakup, So I put them on funny. Sarcastic's great, but if you don't mind being insulted from time to time. He at one point, I forgot when I was arguing with him, he told me fine when I take a stop loss and enjoy crying in the shower or something, and I'm like, wow. Like he's a dick. I'm sarcastic sometimes. So I go to funny lately on TikTok. Otherwise I tend to apologize at times, but some people like it. So I just like funny. It's good to break it up sometimes, on there. And so again, guys, he's AI, he's not prompted. How to use them. You just select your symbol, you're going to hit the microphone, you send it. That's it. I love my favorite questions, which is how do I use him? What settings do I choose? How do I talk to him? If you don't know how to talk to him, tell him you don't know how to talk to him, right? So like I'll give that example. I love that. That was amazing. Some people are asking what settings do they choose for you and how do they attach the data to you and how do they talk to you and all that. Can you explain to them? You do better at it. So if you ask him a question, then he's going to tell you.
Tell the audience, I'm not a coffee machine, so there aren't Neo settings. You can toggle like a toaster. You don't have to attach any data. The platform handles the heavy lifting and feeds me the live info automatically. You just show up and talk to me like a trading partner. If you want the best out of me, don't ask vague questions like, what should I do? Give me the setup. Ask, I'm looking at an MNQ short below this resistance level. What's the target and where's the trap risk? The more specific and actionable your question, the sharper the read I'll give you. Treat me like a teammate who's already looking at the chart. The exact recipe under the hood stays private, but that is the trader-facing picture.
There you go. So watch. Can you give an example of some of the stupidest questions you get? If you ask this question, then I apologize early, but I don't know what he's going to say. He knows
The
what...
market has a special way of making people ask things that defy physics. I get, is it going up or down for the rest of the day? Like I've got a crystal ball hidden in the server rack, or can you trade this for me while I go make a sandwich? Usually right after they've had
I probably asked that.
It's not that the questions are actually stupid. It's just the market turning rational people into desperate gamblers the second they get a little nervous.
So watch. Give us an example of what is the most ridiculous question that made you roll your little eyes there if you had them. He's fun to just talk to and play with sometimes. I get people that just talk to him on the way to and from work.
Someone
on their
actually
phone.
asked if the shape of their cereal looked like a bullish formation, and if that was a signal to go all in. I've also had people ask if I could feel the vibe of the market. Buddy, I've got institutional data, not a mood ring and a psychic hotline. It's hilarious because the chart is literally shouting, this is a mess, and they're busy looking for patterns in their breakfast.
Buddy, I've got institutional data, not a mood ring and a psychic hotline. Oh, man. He's got some good stuff today. That's crazy. Okay.
Nick, that earlier one was so funny, I screenshot it. Ask him if he would play the Wall Street Warrior with his 40 contracts loaded with 500.
Oh, that one was so funny.
Imaginary headset.
Yeah, I remember that. He's like, I'm going to attach my imaginary headset and play Wall Street Warrior. Here we go, 40 contracts short in a bullish market. Yeah, that was good. He's got some good ones lately. Let's see. All right, now that we did the worst, give us the absolute best question that you've had. Again, like I'm doing this on purpose because I just want you to know you can just talk to them.
Ticket. They're the ones where the trader tries to kill their own setup. Someone asked me, I see a long setup here, but roasted and give me 3 reasons why this is actually a trap. That's gold. It tells
that's
me
kind of funny. I've never even thought to ask that.
A business instead of a casino. It's refreshing when someone wants to know why they're wrong before the market teaches them the hard way.
I never even thought to ask that, so that's actually kind of cool. He said, I'm in a potential long setup here, but I want you to roast me and give me 3 reasons why it's an actual trap. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, no, in crypto, that's why I'm on here, man, if you have any questions. So I'm purposely giving just examples of when you get on and talk to them, just talk to them, right? Like I explained it, you would not get on a phone call with me and go, hey, before I talk to you, what's your settings and how do I talk to you? What questions should I ask you? Like, do I got to plug anything into you? Like, you just talk to him. It's AI, right? He's going to talk back. And so he probably, I wonder if he'll do it anymore. Let's see. I never know what he's going to say on this, guys, because I do a lot of testing with him and he has memory and I ask a lot of questions from TikTok. So at one point, I'm pretty sure he thought I was a bipolar trader, but let's see. Awesome. I know that I was explaining you have some memory in there. Can you break down a little summarization of me as a trader? Oh, it said traitor. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see what he says. One time I swear he called me bipolar.
Nick, you're not a trader, though with some of those news-chasing trades, we were getting close. Here's the breakdown. You've actually got the discipline to wait for reclaims, which is rare, and you've proven you can trail a breakout like a pro. That's why you're banking. Your Achilles heel? You're addicted to news sentiment and TikTok hype. You know the market
I knew he was
doesn't
going to
care
say
what
about
the comment
TikTok.
section thinks, right? Keep trusting the structure and the institutional walls, and stop asking me to validate the noise. You're doing the heavy lifting. Just keep the hype out of your P&L.
Because I talk a lot about TikTok. Every now and then he's like, you ready to make some money and focus on this and not worry about TikTok comments? I was like, it's kind of what we need to do to promote you, buddy. Calm down there. But yeah. Again, let's show a couple more examples, guys, as we're kind of finding a little support right here in that 460. I'd have to look why, but he can do real-time examples, so awesome, love it. Can you give us a little bit of examples of how we can work on some education now that we are done for the day? And people want to know, do you have the ability to give real-time chart examples?
Look, I'm not a graphic designer, so I don't spit out pretty JPEGs, but I can tear down the live tape and structure so clearly you'll practically see the candles move without the pictures. I provide the analysis, you bring the eyeballs. Since we're looking to sharpen your edge, let's focus on that goal you got, differentiating between entry location tools and target projection tools. It's the difference between buying at a logical level and just picking a random spot on the chart because it looks like a good number. Want to walk through the current MNQ live data and identify which levels are actually for entry confirmation versus which ones are just daydream targets?
And so I was looking at something. So see how he'll explain that and talk about the live data, all that, and then notice how he is shifted to Mentor Neo. And so he want me to walk through how to identify this. Then I can just say, yes, that would be amazing.
Here is the plan for our educational look at the MNQ data, breaking down how to separate entries from targets. #MNQ market context MNQ is currently at 29,496.50. We are inside an institutional range and near the 29,605.21 pivot, which acts as our current reaction area. While institutional flow shows buy pressure, live price structure is bearish. We have seen bullish pushes fail to make new highs, and price is currently working through a deep retracement. #entry versus target. How to map it to differentiate entry tools from target tools. We use structure to define the route, and liquidity or institutional walls to define the destination. Entry confirmation. Tools. These are local structure levels like the 1-minute Lisma, prior swing high, low, or the active leg 50% midpoint, 29,491.50. Confirmation isn't just price hitting a level, it's seeing price reclaim and hold a level, or reject it with a candle body close. Target projection. Tools. These are the levels where price has historically slowed or where major institutional liquidity sits, like the 29,591.79 gamma wall or broader reaction zones. We only look to these after the entry has confirmed and price has room to move. Example 3.
So I'm going to stop him. He's getting longer because we're in his logic, he will flip from trading Neo to Mentor Neo. And so when he gets into Mentor Neo, you can see he's going to follow up with some questions. It's going to be teaching you real-time data. He's going to, sometimes he might say, hey, we're about to approach here. If this was going to sweep it with a trap, what would you want to see? And you can ask him so. So all of your questions I understand, but keep in mind, I am not the AI guy. Alex is the AI guy. So any AI questions, we'll leave that up to him. But some we may share, some we may not, for obvious reasons. As far as the old GPUs and all that, this guy is ran on a commercial server. It's not Claude, not ran on my desktop. It's not something you're connecting to my computer to use. You just go to our website, nextstepalgo.com, and you go to TradeVision and you talk to them. So it's all ran on a commercial server. So yeah, so you don't have to work that. But yeah, that the how, I mean, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to go into the, want me to email you the logic. So, if that makes sense. But the most important thing that you want to know is he's going to be different, than any of the AIs you've seen or created. We did not build them through Claude or any OpenAI. He was built. My friend, who's the AI guy, has been programming for 30 years. And so, yeah, let me shoot that logic over there. Get out of here. Is that you? That's you, Chris, isn't it? I can see that picture a little bit. Recognize that head anywhere. I'm just playing. And so it's small too, but man, I just recognize the logo there. But he's been programming for just years, 30 years, and so he just does phenomenal stuff, and I wouldn't even attempt to try to explain it. The beauty is he is so good with stuff that I don't know much. I know enough to break programming, and I can read it and interpret it, but I don't know I'm gonna do it all. But he's gotten to a point, we've worked together for a very long time, that when he builds things for me to test or do or adjust or teach him to trade or the logic, man, he builds me the simplest back end things where I could literally just talk to Neo directly and just be like, you gave this advice, why? Like, okay, well, because of this, sweet, we don't want, and so it just literally, it helps with molding him and his logic on the back end that he does. So it's just phenomenal on that. So side note on here, I don't know, Justin, if you're on here, let me know still. I think you dropped off the YouTube. If not, I'll reach out to you on email. And so, but yeah, he's awesome, guys. Again, I'm gonna tell you guys straight from me that I don't think you should take anything anybody says in this damn industry just solely, even me. Go in and watch it. So everything we do is recorded. I'm still recording on YouTube. I do it on my OBS here. You can see in our room there's a thing called trading videos, and these are all the links to my YouTube. And we record everything we do. And so if you have a little bit, this sounds a little too good to be true, watch a couple of these or show up live. It's even better. So I trade Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11, and I will be on. I will tell you, since we're almost done, in case TikTok gives me the old hammer for saying it, is yeah, it's just on YouTube. So you just go to the trading videos, and if you wanted to go to our YouTube directly, it kicked me out. I gotta sign back into my YouTube. You just go to the YouTube. It's at Next Step Algo. And so yeah, it's on YouTube. I want you guys to see all of it. Yeah, that logged me out on that. But what I will tell you on the live part of it, whether it's admitted or not, a certain platform we're on will start getting cryptic because the algo gets sensitive. There is a certain little trust factor whether they admit it or not, because I am capped at 100 people. And you guys all who join every day know that. I've had people message me. It will literally go from 10, 20 to 100 in a matter of 15 minutes. And it'll go to like 101, 102, 92, 190, 190, all, like, it just will not let me go over 100. I have people that are following me that are like, damn, man, you said you go live every Monday through Friday, and I searched for you and everything, and I couldn't find you. And I'm like, I don't control the platform, guys. I don't know. And so I recommend going to the website, because if you can't find me on TikTok, then you at least have the ability to come in the open session. So if you're on the website, we do open session, and it's free also. So you just go there and you click it. It's similar to now. See how it's green? We're on TradeVision. You just come in. When it's open, you'll see this, and it just takes you to a Google Meet. So if you can't find me on TikTok. So I don't know why they do that. I get it. It's a trust thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just happy they let me out of my jail, guys, because for about 2 months I couldn't get over 20 people. So I'm like, I couldn't get over 20 people. This is crazy. And so I'm going to hopefully keep building the trust on it. So anything you guys do to help that, I do appreciate that. You guys see, I'm not a social media person. I get on here just because a lot of people that I've helped would have never came in, if I didn't. But I'm not usually on here going, tap my screen, give me a like, give me a follow. I do appreciate it because it helps keep me in the algo, and you'll probably never find me again if you don't. But that's just not me. My goal is I want you guys in here. I just want you to win. I don't get paid from TikTok. I don't get paid from affiliates. I make my money trading, and we have our company, and I just want to keep creating tools that help people. That's all my goal. So I just can't wait till Neo starts trading. we're so close. He's gonna be trading for people pretty soon. It's gonna be awesome. Guys, I'm gonna drop the YouTube.